Hello, everybody. Good afternoon, and welcome to the Commentary Hubs. Welcome to the Commentary Hub, the home of alternative commentary. And today's first match is Kidderminster Harriers against West Ham United. Kidderminster did the unthinkable and performed a giant killer against Reading in the third round. Can they do the same today against West Ham United of the Premier League? My name is Nicholas Jones. I should be fetching in my co-commentator Mike Harneman anytime soon. And we are live also on the Commentary Hub 2, JDAC Football, JB Sports, Twitch, and Mike Harneman's personal channel. An interesting fact for you before we get into it is that David Moyes, the West Ham manager, he actually played for Preston North End between 93 and 98 and was actually part of the side that lost to Kidderminster in the 93-94 fourth round. So he may well have some pre-match trepidation and nerves. And interestingly, Keith Lowe, who's part of the Kidderminster squad, faced Declan Rice in a League Cup match in 2018 whilst at Macclesfield Town. And the Silkmen lost to West Ham United 8-0. In terms of injury and updates, Ogbonna and Fabianski will not start due to injuries, and Mikhail Antonio also does not feature due to recent international commitments with Jamaica, returning only yesterday morning. As for Kidderminster Harriers, Ethan Fremantle does not feature in today's lineup due to a persistent hamstring injury. And Mike's just actually come in. So good afternoon to you, Mike.
Afternoon, Nicholas. How are we doing?
Yes, I'm doing all right. Yourself?
Yeah, pretty good, thank you. This should be a very, very good cup tie, this one. And of course, lowly Kidderminster, non-league Kidderminster against West Ham, who, got a lot of star quality on the show as well, haven't they?
Yes, they certainly do, with the likes of Amari Morgan-Smith, Ashley Hemmings, who features in there as well, Amari Sterling, Austin and Morgan-Smith. The captain, Sam Austin, he could be one to look out for as well. Austin and Morgan-Smith scored in the third round match against Reading, and Kidderminster, they're on a roll. They've won 7 out of their last 10 league matches, and they won their last match at home to Leamington on Tuesday in the National League North 3-0. The scorers for that one were Sterling, Nathan Cameron, and Jaden White, who scored in the 90th minute. So plenty of Kidderminster players to look out for. West Ham, unfortunately, they haven't won their last 4 league matches in this calendar year. Their last league win was away at Watford on December the 28th. So their cup run means nothing when compared to their league scores, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, West Ham will still be favourites, though, the Premier League side here. Although, as you say, Kidderminster are in good form. But then when it comes to the FA Cup, obviously, Kidderminster are at home as well. West Ham, obviously, the Premier League side, there's plenty of divisions between them and everything like that. But the FA Cup throws up surprises, as we saw last night with Middlesbrough knocking out Manchester United as well.
Yes, quite a surprise that was. Middlesbrough beating Manchester United on penalties. I personally don't see the same thing happening at Kidderminster. But what about you?
No, I think West Ham would be too strong. I think there's enough quality in this West Ham side to get the job done. But Kidderminster will certainly give them a very good game. These two sides obviously met at this stage. I think it was in 1994, I believe, where West Ham only won by 1-0 on that occasion against Kidderminster side, who were obviously Football League at that point. But it was
they actually weren't. They were the Vauxhall Conference at that time.
Oh, they were conference in '94, were they? Okay, that's a fair point. But obviously, regarding that game, it was a very close game. So the divisions obviously didn't really play. The divisions actually played quite a big part on that day. I don't see the divisions playing as much of a part today. I think West Ham will be more comfortable in their win, but it's a packed out Kidderminster, so you never know with the joys of the FA Cup. We're all here and we're all looking forward to a big cup tie, which has made it even better when there's a surprise and an upset as well.
Yes, absolutely. Kickoff will be in about 9.5 minutes time. Just going to go through the starting lineups. Just going to go through the current starting lineup for Kidderminster. Harriers will have the West Ham lineup for you very shortly. In goal for Kidderminster is Luke Simpson, number 1. Number 2, Alex Penny. Number 3, Caleb Richards. Number 4, Nathan Cameron. Number 7, the captain, Sam Austin. Number 8, Mark Carrington. Number 9, Amari Morgan-Smith. Number 10, Ashley Hemmings. Number 11, Omari Sterling. Number 16, Geraldo Bajrami. And number 28, Matt Preston. The subs, number 5, Keith Lowe. Number 6, Lewis Montrose. Number 12, Joe Fawkes. Number 15, Kezia Martin. Number 18, Kai Lissimore. Number 19, Jaden White. Number 21, Jamie Emery. Number 25, Luke Bastable. And number 26, Devontae Redmond. So quite a few players. That might as well stand out. Joe Fawkes, the substitute, he is on loan from League One side Walsall, and Devontae Redmond is another player on loan. He's from National League side Wrexham. Amari Sterling is an international for St Kitts and Nevis. So it just goes to show that it's not just the big leagues that have international players.
Yeah, absolutely right, Nicholas. A lot of the lower divisions seem to have national players now. Obviously, you mentioned there regarding the Kidderminster player, but there's quite a few in regards to even players. Obviously, in League Two, the team that I support, Stevenage, have a couple. So the teams that are playing their football in League Two and the conference, and even below the conference, are now getting players involved in their national sides, which is nice to see. That obviously the managers are not just looking at the big divisions.
Okay, so who have we got for West Ham, Mike?
So the West Ham side, just give me 1 second here, because I did have it on the screen and it's now just decided to freeze on me, so I've got to just give it a little refresh there. But I'll just come to sort that one out now. So apologies about that. The West Ham sides, they line up today with the goalkeeper being Ariola, then Frederick, Zuma, Diop and Johnson along the back. Then we've got Krau and Noble in midfield. Ahead of them are Bowen, Vlasic, Yarmolenko and Ben Rama leading the line. And then if you look at the substitutes, it's Creswell, Sufal, Fornals, Dawson, Socek, Randolph, Oko Flex, Declan Rice and Alessi as well. So plenty of quality on show for West Ham here. And they're taking it seriously as well, as somebody of West Ham's kind of stature should. And it's nice to see that the Premier League sides here are taking it seriously against the side who are quite a long amount of divisions below them, and obviously not just throwing in all of the kids. So it's nice to see that they've put some senior players on as well.
Absolutely, they'll need to. As well, because Kidderminster's pitch is a lot rougher than what you'd normally expect between Premier League clubs, and what I actually found out this morning whilst doing some last-minute prep. They are separated by 113 league positions. So that that too might mean something come towards the end of the game. The pitch is looking all right at the moment, but it's more sort of natural grass rather than the 3G that West Ham are used to. Could that be a disadvantage to them?
It could play a part. I don't know whether it will play too much of a part because West Ham obviously have got plenty of good players on show. You know, if you look at the midfield there, there's players that can certainly pass the ball. If you look at the likes of Mark Noble and players like that who they've obviously got playing for them today. So, you know, it shouldn't really play too much of a part. But, you know, I think Kidderminster will just be looking for everything they can to give them a little bit of an advantage in this game.
Okay, we will also be providing you updates between the other game going on at 12:30, which is Chelsea against Plymouth Argyle. Before that game goes underway, how do you see this one going?
So personally, I think West Ham will come out relatively comfortable winners. I think, you know, Kidderminster, I think they'll score in this game. I think they'll give the fans something to cheer, but I think West Ham will be too strong. So probably like 4-1 West Ham, in my opinion. And I think even the Kidderminster fans, you know, the fact they'll see a goal for their side, they won't be able to argue too much with that.
But how do you also see Chelsea against Plymouth play out quickly?
Yeah, that's another good game as well. Chelsea at home, obviously, in that one. I think they'll comfortably go through as well. I'm going to go 3-0 Chelsea for that one. Right,
yes, and interestingly, before we kick off, the players are now getting ready to come out. They've actually included Andriy Yarmolenko because after a recent incident in which he was involved in. Do you see that as a surprise?
A little bit, but I think it's just a matter of getting him out there and just trying to get him, you know, focused on his football rather than anything else really now. So a little bit of a surprise, but I think it's probably a good time to do it when you're obviously playing an FA Cup tie here in a game that, you know, you expected to win, aren't you, if you're West Ham?
That's right. That's right. So now the players are coming out of the tunnel at Agbra. Mark Noble leading his side out. Currently, the longest-serving captain at any top club in Europe. Please let me know if this is incorrect in the live chat. So good turnout between West Ham and Kidderminster. In fact, Kidderminster coming out onto the pitch now. Sam Austin leading the side out. They scored an incredible giant killer at Reading. Can they replicate that today? I personally think that Kidderminster are going to be giving it all they've got. And another thing I should mention is that both clubs' promotion ambitions could not be any more different. Kidderminster vying for promotion in the National League North, and West Ham, they're aiming for a slot in the Europa League group stage. So another reason why those two are complete worlds apart, never mind poles. And David Moyes now coming out onto the pitch, shakes hands with Russ Penn, the Kidderminster Harriers manager. How well do you think Russ Penn has led the Carpetmen throughout this season, given their National League North position?
Yeah, you know, it's obviously they've done very well to get to this stage of the FA Cup, and obviously they pulled out a very big game here as well. So, yeah, credit to Russell Penn there for everything that he's done. And this Kidderminster side, obviously the main aim for them in years to come will be obviously to get their position back in the Football League, which will obviously be their main priority, I'm sure, no doubt, after their relegation, and then obviously being relegated again since as well.
Yes, absolutely. And just having a look at the formations now. Simpson in goal, then Penny, Cameron, Preston and Richards, the back four. Two midfielders of Carrington and Bajrami. Hemmings, Austin and Sterling make up the forward three. Amari Morgan-Smith is the lone striker. And now we come on to West Ham. Ariel Areola starting in goal, still in place of the injured Lukasz Fabianski. Then it's Frederick, Zuma, Diop, and Johnson. The back four, Mark Noble and Alex Kraus are the two midfielders, and they are backing up Yarmolenko, Ben Rama, and Vlasic. Gerard Bowen is the lone striker. So both sides playing a 4-2-3-1 formation. Who do you think is going to gain? Does this look fairly even to you?
It looks like they're trying to match each other in regards to formation, yeah. But I'm not too sure whether that's going to play a part in the outcome of the game. As I said just a few minutes ago, I do think West Ham, with the amount of experience and the amount of players that have played Premier League minutes, will be too strong for Kidderminster here. Just having a look here, obviously there's Geraldo Bedrami there as well, who's a former under-21 international with Albania. It's interesting because these Kidderminster players, obviously they've got nothing to lose, so be interesting to see if they start off, really on the front foot and try and take it all to West Ham here now. Because if they get an early goal, then it makes for a really interesting cup tie, doesn't it?
Yeah, it certainly does. And both fans and players now undergoing a minute's applause. Can anyone tell me in the live chat or otherwise who this is for, please? As I was unaware that this was going to happen. So Agbra looks very well packed to me. I think in their last league match against Leamington, it averaged something like just over 1,000. The referee and the match officials getting ready to get everyone into position. We'll let you know who the match officials are shortly. And Bajrami, guessing wish the good luck from his team. And West Ham playing their away strip with the blue and white stripes, making them. And to me, this looks like a lighter version of Coventry City's sky blue outfit. And in fact, it's going to be West Ham to kick us off. And they take the knee as one in support for the ongoing fight against racism.
I've just got the match officials here for you as well. Referee is Jonathan Moss. He's assisted by Mark Perry and Timothy Wood. And on fourth official duty is Lee Doughty as well. So obviously there's no VAR. The fact it's obviously not being played at a top division ground.
And as we say that, we're underway at Agbra. And the ball has gone straight out for a goal kick already. It's happened already, hasn't it? So Luke Simpson to roll the ball out straight away, and as Mike clarified, no VAR, no complicated technology, just what we want. It's just going to come down to proper football, and that's what the fan in all of us wants to see.
Oh, 100%. It's nice to have a game without the technology. Sometimes it's needed, but sometimes it's nice to see, just the players on the pitch giving their all. And, obviously there's no VAR, which obviously is the thing that can sometimes take away from the actual enjoyment of the game itself. So nice to see that, it's not always going to be included in the game at every level.
That's right. West Ham now currently in possession. That was Issa Diop. He crossed forward to, I think that was Yarmolenko. Throw into West Ham. And the ball's now going to be picked up by number 24, Ryan Fredericks. And he's now crossed up front. I think he was aiming for Said Ben Rama, but Kidderminster defended that one really well.
Yeah, they did. They defended that one excellently. Did the Kidderminster there? West Ham were actually the side that started on the front foot, trying to make that advantage obviously count early on. The fact that there's so many places between them and so many divisions between them, and they're the side that are really trying to take it to Kidderminster at the moment. But Kidderminster, staying strong at the moment and standing up to it.
Yes, certainly. And Kidderminster briefly and Morgan Smith briefly took the ball from Alex Crowell, but it looks as though West Ham are still very much on the front foot. They're getting ever closer to the goal, and I think that was Crowell who had it briefly. Now it's back with Ryan Frederick. It was back with Ben Johnson. I do apologise. Johnson passes down towards that looked like Mark Noble. Now it was back with Johnson. And cross into the goal area, but cleared out on the spot. Clearance by I think that was Preston.
Just going back to Ben Johnson there a moment as well. I really like Ben Johnson. Obviously, he's young fullback here for West Ham, and he's one of those players that obviously he's only sort of started to break into this West Ham side in the last sort of year or two. But he's really, coming to the side and he's showing what he's about. He's one of those players that, I think he's got a very big future in the game and will soon be knocking on the door for an England call-up, I'm sure, as well.
Could well be. You just never know. As West Ham have had to, as West Ham are now passing backwards and forwards in between the goal. This is Ryan Fredericks. Fredericks crosses upfield and finds Yarmolenko. Yarmolenko to Ben Rama. Ben Rama passes back to Yarmolenko. Yarmolenko trying to look for a way through. Kidderminster trying to intimidate him, but so far it's succeeding in keeping the ball out. It's cleared by Alex Penny. Penny now passes, and it's now gone back towards West Ham. Still 0-0 between them at the minutes after 4 minutes. And after 7 minutes, it is still 0-0 between Chelsea and Plymouth. Meantime, West Ham still have the ball. And now it's back, and now it's with Mark Noble, the captain, Mr. West Ham, the fans call him, given his hundreds of appearances, has been West Ham captain since 2015. And as Mike says, that's West Ham have possibly made the right call by bringing in experienced players rather than the young academy players.
No, absolutely. Sorry, just to butt in and cut in there a minute as well. I think that this West Ham side is very, very strong. I was actually quite surprised with how strong David Moyes obviously went for it. With the lineup today. But as you mentioned, I don't know if you've already mentioned it in stream, but obviously you mentioned it sort of away from the actual stream itself, that David Moyes has got his own experiences of being knocked out by Kidderminster Harriers as well. So maybe that's played a part in obviously the fact he wanted to go really strong with his West Ham side to make sure the same thing doesn't happen with one of the sides that he's managing.
Corner taken and a recent shot by Ben Johnson, which went over the crossbar. I think that was after 5.5 minutes. I personally think he shot too far away. What do you make of that one, Mike?
Yeah, he's getting into good positions, but I just think he's got his shot sort of a little bit wrong there. He was given a sort of bit of a free run at goal, really, by Kidderminster there. But it was a decent enough effort in regards to getting the ball forward. But then actually with the shot itself, Kidderminster sort of just dealt with it easy. Didn't really have to do anything. The goalkeeper or anything really, did they? Ben Johnson there, obviously the nephew of Paul Parker as well, former FA Cup winner and Manchester United man.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, I think West Ham almost had another attempt, but it was just picked up by Luke Simpson. And Simpson now looking to find the best way to direct the ball out of the goal area. Not much to smile about right now for Russ Penn, but given the unpredictability of this of the FA Cup, that could well change anytime soon. As Amari Morgan-Smith has just deflected the ball up into the air, but was quickly cleared up by the West Ham defenders. And as I speak, Kidderminster coming close to scoring, and a shot on Target by Sam Austin, saved by Alphonse Areola. Austin was one of the players who scored in the third round against Reading and very nearly did so against West Ham.
Yeah, Kidderminster are getting more of a foothold in this game now. Obviously, West Ham started brightly, but the fact it still remains 0-0, I think Kidderminster are starting to grow in confidence a little bit.
Russ Penn has said throughout this tournament he is not afraid of facing anyone. If he could face Manchester United, he said, bring it on. And they're certainly doing that as West Ham are now back in possession with the ball with Mark Noble. Amari Morgan-Smith sizing him up. But so Noble passes towards... But Noble passes towards, I think that was Kurt Zouma. Kurt Zouma crosses the ball upfield. He's trying to get to Said Benrahma, but saved by Luke Simpson. If anything, it's only ratcheted up the atmosphere.
Yeah, just for a second, I just want to come in here as well. We've had a goal at Stamford Bridge, and that goal is not gone to Chelsea. It's gone to Plymouth Argyle. Gillespie scoring the goal. And it's the League One sides who are starting to cause their upset early on. 8 minutes played, Chelsea 1-0 down against Plymouth. Could it be another upset? Obviously, they lost to Bradford in the cup competition not many years ago now.
Sorry to interrupt you, Mike. Recent attempt on goal, and that was from Ashley Hemmings. Saved. There was Austin who played it in, and Hemmings lines it up with the shot at the right time, but was unlucky for Areola to save.
Yeah, no, I was just saying that just before. Obviously, what happened there with that save there? Chelsea obviously lost 4-2 to League One side Bradford in the FA Cup in 2015, and it's the League One side that are leading now as well by 1-0. Against Chelsea, and Chelsea have gone very, very strong as well. They've got the likes of Lukaku, they've got Mason Mount and Kovacic and Jorginho and Ziyech and Hudson-Odoi. They've got some, good players on for Chelsea, and it's Plymouth that are actually causing the upset at the minute and beating them by 1-0.
Corner taken by West Ham, and Mark Noble was trying to cross it into the goal area, but blocked very well by the Harriers captain, Sam Austin, and another corner to be taken by West Ham. Mark Noble to take the corner again, straight in towards Ryan Fredericks, but now back towards Noble. Now it's with Kurtz. Now it's with Said Benrahma. Benrahma straight into the goal area through Yarmolenko, but cleared out by West Ham. West Ham doing really well to keep West Ham United out through those corner attempts, but that might change anytime soon. And in fact it doesn't. Kidderminster still holding their ground, across in by Issa Diop, but a throw-in has been given to West Ham. Now it's back with Mark Noble. Noble passes back towards Diop. Diop to Ryan Fredericks, now towards Yarmolenko. Yarmolenko. But tackled by Ashley Hemmings. Hemmings now towards Amari Morgan-Smith. Morgan-Smith holding onto the ball for Kidderminster, but deflected by Kurt Zouma. West Ham's defence just as strong as Kidderminster's right now, but what do you think Hemmings could have done differently?
I don't think he could have done too much differently there. I think he was sort of going on a very strong run there. Maybe, I don't know whether he's got a bit of space to take another touch and before he has the shot. But Kidderminster, as I said before, are really getting themselves a foothold in this game now. And actually, to be fair, in the last few minutes, the side who I think are on top at the moment. And West Ham, 130 places, 131 places ahead of them. But it doesn't look like that on the pitch at the moment.
No, you'd think they were in the same division. the way those two are playing against each other. But Amari Sterling recently had an attempt on goal just now, but was deflected by the defence. And Ryan Fredericks almost caught the ball, but it's out for a throw in. After 12 minutes, it's still 0-0 between Kidderminster and West Ham. And you're listening to the Commentary Hub with myself, Nicholas Jones, and Mike Hardiman. Still 1-0 to Plymouth in their away game against Chelsea. Throw into Kidderminster, but picked up by Mark Noble for West Ham. That was a poorly timed throw in, and still nothing to choose between these two. Although, like Mike has said, Kidderminster are still the team which are very much on the front foot, and a free kick has been given to the Carpet Men. It'll be Amari Sterling to take the free kick.
Obviously,
so they're lining themselves up, and Sterling tries to power it forward, but blocked very well by Nikolaj Vlasic, as Penny now kicks the ball up into the air, and it's picked up by Sterling once more, but West Ham clear it away.
I was just going to say, obviously, it's very early days in this game still, and I think Kidderminster really needs to put the ball into the back of the net because, as we said, this West Ham side very experienced with who they decided to put on today, and Kidderminster, as we've just said a minute ago, rightly, would be sort of looking to grab the first goal in this game, and then, seeing what happens and how West Ham can come back. But Kidderminster at the minute looking very, very good, and if they can get the first goal, as I said earlier, it'll be certainly interesting to see what happens from there, and if they can continue on and cause another upset as they did last round.
Yeah, here's Sterling now with the ball, but beaten to it by West Ham. Now it's Austin. Austin tries to find Hemmings by crossing into the goal area, but I think Alphonse Areola got a hand to it. I didn't quite see, but it's been cleared away now by West Ham, but headed back by Kidderminster. Now it's Mark Noble for West Ham. Noble crosses up the field, but picks up by Simpson. Jarrod Bowen was a long way from the ball. What was Mark Noble even thinking?
Yeah, it's obviously the two West Ham players not on the same wavelength there, which is a bit of a surprise considering they're two of the players that play pretty much week in, week out, or near enough week in, week out with each other in the Premier League.
Yeah, very much. So yeah, they may well have not been on the same wavelength, but it's still 0-0 between Kidderminster and West Ham, and a throw-in has been given to Harriers. And it will be taken, it will be taken. I can't see. I can't tell who it is that's taken the throw-in, but it's now with Hemmings and cleared away by Ben Johnson, and the ball has gone out again for a throw-in, this time to West Ham. Russell Penn, he must be quietly satisfied. With how things are going for them right now. But West Ham appeared to have upped the ante. Now it's Noble to Johnson. Sorry, Zuma back towards Noble. Noble to Ben Rama. Ben Rama now with the ball for West Ham, but looks like it's going to be tackled by Geraldo Bajrami. But West Ham doing well to hold on. West Ham doing well to hold on to it. It's now Kidderminster have the ball, and it's going to be another throw-in to Harriers. I said that West Ham appeared to have upped the ante, but Kidderminster appear to be upping the ante back on them, and a fight is going on between Bajrami and Ben Rama. It's quickly diffused, but
yeah, you said there obviously West Ham. You think that West Ham are obviously upping the ante a little bit, or trying to. As you just said there, you rightly kind of just said that Kidderminster have said to West Ham, if you can, we'll see what you can throw at us, and we'll give you something back to deal with as well. And they're the side that are really on the front foot, and they're looking good at the minute at Kidderminster as well. It doesn't look like there's that many places between them and that many divisions between them, and that's the magic of the FA Cup. These Kidderminster players are determined to make themselves heroes.
Surprise, surprise, Sir Jeff Hurst, who won the cup with Kidderminster in 1964, is present at Agborough as Luke Simpson clears the ball out of the goal area. As now it's with Hemmings for Kidderminster. Still managing to hold on to the ball, but taken away now by West Ham. It's now with Yarmolenko. Yarmolenko passes downfield to Issa Diop. Now it's with Gerard Bowen. Back to Diop. Not for Longo! As he fouls Amari Morgan-Smith. Amari Morgan-Smith has gone down. That was that to me, that looked like an unnecessary foul by Diop. Your thoughts, Mike, please.
Yeah, so I'm actually just a little bit ahead of you in regards to the stream as well, but it did look like it was a foul. And yeah, Kidderminster, as we were just saying, really looking like they want to get themselves ahead in this game at the minute. And we'll have to wait and see what happens, because they are putting a lot of pressure on this West Ham defence.
Free kick to Kidderminster as a result of the West Ham foul. Issa Diop lucky to get away with it, in my view. Should have been cautioned, but he obviously wasn't, and it looks like it'll be Amari Sterling to take the free kick. Or will it be Ashley Hemmings? In fact, Amari Morgan-Smith runs up through the field, to take his position inside the free kick area, as Sterling raises his hand and kicks the ball into the goal area, and a goal has been given to Kidderminster Harriers. It looked like it was Alex Penny. Indeed, it was. A shock surprise, Kidderminster, the first goal of the game. Just the sort of performance they displayed when they were at Reading. And Alex Penny, that is his 5th goal of the season in all competitions.
And that's a great ball in as well from the free kick there. Picks him out perfectly, really. A bit poor goalkeeping from Alphonse Areola. Just kind of, lets the ball kind of slip through his gloves there a little bit, and he just kind of drops the ball there straight down to Alex Penny. But no messing about there for the Kidderminster man. And to be fair, they deserve to be 1-0 up as well. And, you can't argue with that. Even West Ham fans won't be able to argue with that. Kidderminster have been on top in this first 20 minutes or so and deserve to be 1 goal ahead, as they are now.
And Ross Penn is completely ecstatic, just punching the air as that was a superb opener for the former from Penny, the former Hull City Academy player. He's also played for the likes of Peterborough United and Hamilton Academical, but his non-league experience includes Stourbridge and Nuneaton Borough, and that was in the 19th minute. Sterling tries to find Morgan Smith, but is cut out by Diop, and those two won't leave each other alone. They will now, as Morgan Smith finds Amari Sterling, but quickly saved by Alphonse Areola. Has he wise to them now?
Yeah, possibly. Obviously, he just made a mistake for the goal just a moment ago, but he seems to be a bit stronger with his hands and with his goalkeeping that time out. But yeah, Kidderminster fans loving this one right now, and rightly so as well. The manager Russell Penn, when they scored as well, obviously he was loving that one. He was running up and down the touchline and celebrating. Obviously, you can see the joy on his face. You can see the joy on these Kidderminster fans' face as well right now. For all different ages that they've got in the crowd, packed out Agborough as well, and they're there witnessing a cup upset at the moment with their Kidderminster side doing very, very well to lead this West Ham side by 1-0.
If you want to get in touch with us and just give us your thoughts on the game, then do please get in touch with us on Twitter at Commentary Live 1, and also on our Facebook page, facebook.com/the Commentary Hub, as West Ham have been given a throw-in as Zuma throws to Mark Noble.
I did say, I actually didn't know that I saw Kidderminster scoring in this game, Nicholas. So that's something that I've obviously called correctly already in this match. And I didn't see him scoring the first goal, though.
Yep, still 1-0 between Chelsea and Plymouth at Stamford Bridge. The Pilgrims still leading the Blues, so it looks like they could be on the way to creating a shock of their own. As it looked like Ben Johnson was closing in on the Kidderminster goal, but Harriers doing really well to defend that one. David Moyes in conversation with the rest of his management, what must be going through his mind as it looks like a corner has been given to I think that I beg your pardon, it is in fact a throw into a Kidderminster, thrown taken by Alex Penny. Morgan Smith and Austin already heroes in Kidderminster. Will Alex Penny be a hero of their own? We shall see, as an indirect free kick has been awarded to Kidderminster.
I think Alex Penny, to be fair, will be a hero now, no matter the outcome, for obviously scoring in this game against West Ham. They could go on and they could end up losing this game, but the fact that they've gone 1-0 up against West Ham here, I think Alex Penny will be certainly getting hero status anyway, no doubt, whatever the result.
Yes, certainly. And if Kidderminster, but some people are wanting Kidderminster to do a Lincoln City from a few years ago. If you remember, for fans that remember, Lincoln City made it through to the quarterfinals in 2017. Can Kidderminster do the same with Ashley Hemmings? But quickly blocked by Ryan Fredericks and picked up by Ariada, and I think he might have paid for it by being fouled. I couldn't see who brought him down. It looked like it might have been Mark Noble.
I think it was possibly Mark Noble, yeah. But just going on to Lincoln City there, what you were saying a minute ago, obviously they got through to the quarterfinals. Obviously Sutton United were the side who got through as well, sort of pretty much alongside them, and they were there and just went out in the round before the quarterfinals. And that was obviously the year that Arsenal went on to win it by facing both of those two sides and beating them.
Yeah, certainly. And now a free kick has been awarded to Kidderminster. Can they convert it into a second goal? Had it not have been for those earlier slip-ups, earlier in the first half, they could well have been 2 or even 3-0 up already. But the Reds have been getting stronger and stronger as Sterling goes for a free kick, but it's deflected. How unlucky could you get?
That was a very good effort there from Sterling as well for Kidderminster. As we say, we can't keep praising them enough here at the moment. Kidderminster, they're giving everything they can and everything they've got to this West Ham side, and deserve it 1-0 leaders at the moment.
Certainly, and now it's Fredericks with the ball for West Ham, deflected away by Kidderminster. It's now picked up by Sam Austin. Morgan Smith towards, I think that was towards Penny. Now it's cleared up by Caleb Richards. I haven't seen much of him so far in this game. Zuma, the French international, to I think that was Johnson, but we'll have to check on that one. Headed by Mark Carrington to what was aiming for Caleb Richards, but West Ham have now picked it up. His side, Ben Rama towards that was a Jared Bowen towards Ryan Fredericks, and that was a mistimed effort by the Hammers. Just taking a look at that again, Bowen passed to Fredericks, but it was actually cleared by a Kidderminster defender.
Yeah, they defended very, very well at Kidderminster as well. West Ham haven't really had much of a sniff yet. I'm looking at some stats here now. They have had more possession. They've had 73% possession to 27 in their favour. But, they're still yet to actually have an attempt on target at the Hammers as well.
Numbers mean nothing if your opposition is the stronger side, and a corner has been given to West Ham. Jonathan Moss puts the errant ball out of the way as he now walks on and signals for the corner kick to happen.
Yeah, just going back to what I was saying. Sorry, mate. In regards to what I was saying about the shots on target for West Ham and the fact they're yet to have a shot on target, it just shows that this Kidderminster side are very determined to keep the ball out of the back of the net, and they're defending very, very well at the moment. Is what I was getting at.
They're certainly doing that. 27 and a half minutes in, still Kidderminster 1, West Ham 0, and it's also still Chelsea 1, Plymouth Argyle. Chelsea 0, Plymouth Argyle 1 at Stamford Bridge. And back to the here and now at Agbra, as it's a throw-in to Ryan Fredericks for West Ham. He throws to Crowell. Now it's been picked up by Carrington, and we was aiming for Hemmings, but it's now gone to I think that was Nikola Vlasic. Indeed, it is Vlasic, the Croatian international, crosses, but couldn't quite convert it into. But couldn't quite find Jarrard Bowen. But I couldn't quite find Jarrard Bowen. Again, are they not on the same wavelength?
Yeah, it looks like that way at the moment. It looks like these West Ham players, for whatever reason, or whatever the problem is with some of these players here at the moment, trying to find their teammates, they just can't seem to do so. But I think that's more credit down to Kidderminster and the way that they're setting up and how they're playing, kind of stopping West Ham from playing their game as much as David Moyes would have wanted his side to do.
Got to quickly apologise. It was actually Andriy Yarmolenko he was aiming for, but as we said, nothing quite came of it. And the throw-in to be taken by Kidderminster and Alex Penny to take the throw for the Carpetman. David Moyes, he must be getting the butterflies in his stomach already, as Hemmings throws, was aiming for Morgan Smith. He found him, but the ball went out of play, and it's a throw in to West Ham. And you're listening to the Commentary Hub with myself, Nicholas Jones, and Mike Harneman. You can also hear us on the Commentary Hub too. JDAC Football, JB Sports, Storm FM. We're also live on Twitch. We're also live on our Twitch channel and also Mike Harneman's channel, Miso Harney 1987.
Just going back to what you were saying as well about David Moyes just a moment ago. Obviously, we said about he wouldn't want to be knocked out by obviously a lower division side as a player and as a manager, but it's looking like that way at the moment.
Certainly is right now, but West Ham appeared to have gained back some momentum. Ben Rama now with the ball. He crosses, tries to find Bowen, I think it was, but Kidderminster holding their ground really well, and it's now with Issa Diop. Issa Diop tried to pick up the ball for West Ham, but Morgan Smith did very well. But Morgan Smith did very well to clear that one. Joined from Toulouse in 2018, did Issa Diop, and featured in West Ham's Europa League campaign as Caleb Richards picks up the ball for West Ham for Kidderminster's throw, which he does, finds Sterling, and it's now with Ryan Fredericks. Fredericks defending it, but not for long. Bajrami has it, but West Ham still managing to keep their possession of the ball. It's now with Ben Rama. Ben Rama holding on really well. Not for long, though. Has been good interception by that Kidderminster player. Couldn't see who it was, but Kidderminster are just running rings round West Ham at this minute.
Yeah, absolutely. They really are as well, and very good value for being ahead right now as well.
Must actually admit it was actually number 28. It was actually number 28. Matt Preston. So good. So good bit of defensive work there by Preston, and it's now back with Mark Noble for West Ham. 32 minutes gone. Still Kidderminster 1, West Ham 0, and it's also still 1-0 between Chelsea and Plymouth, with the Pilgrims in front.
The 2 upsets on the cards already, Nick. So it's exactly what we want to hear, isn't it? What we want to see.
This is completely what we want to hear. I couldn't agree. This is completely what we want to hear. I couldn't agree with you more. We've got more coverage of the FA Cup coming up on the Commentary Hub. At 8 o'clock this evening, Tottenham will host Brighton. John Stoddard, JB, and Luke Turton will be on commentary duty for that one. And on Sunday at 12 p.m, kick-off between Liverpool and Cardiff. Russ Vernon will be on commentary duty for that one. Don't forget, we also have the 5th round draw at the same time. And at 4 o'clock
the big match,
Sunday,
really, isn't it? The
Nottingham Forest against Leicester City, with Trevor Sports and Chris Whiteman. You were saying, Mike?
No, I was just saying, obviously, that's a big match, isn't it, for Nottingham Forest and Leicester, both for different reasons. Obviously, Nottingham Forest, going to sell out their stadium there, knocked out Arsenal last time out, and for their reward is obviously a home tie against the Leicester City side, who obviously went on and won the tournament last year.
That's right. So that's right. And Zuma sends the ball out of off the field, and it's now back in play. Zuma crosses and tries to find Jarrard Bowen, but was quickly dealt with by Kidderminster. Simpson now picks up the ball. That was a great bit of work there by Nathan Cameron, who as I mentioned was one of the scorers in Kidderminster's last league game against Leamington.
Yeah, Nathan Cameron obviously played his football. He started off at Coventry City as well. The 30-year-old, he was born in Birmingham, so obviously he's got experience of playing at a higher division.
It certainly does. Kurt Zuma has international experience with France, by contrast, as do so many West Ham players, such as Alex Kral, the Czech Republic international. It's now with Ryan Fredericks. Ryan Fredericks passes to Issa Diop. Diop now very much passes to Mark Noble. I was just going to say he was when he had his time with the ball, he was very much in control of it. And it's now gone back towards Zuma. Zuma finds, I think that was, and now it's with Johnson. I couldn't see who the player was. Yarmolenko gets a touch to the ball inside, just inside the 6-yard box, but nothing doing. And it's now with Jarrard Bowen. Bowen passes back to Mark Noble. Bowen tries to pick it up, but couldn't, courtesy of Amari Sterling. And it's now gone back to Issa Diop for West Ham, and it's now gone to Kurt Zuma. Zuma crosses upfield and tries to get to Nikola Vlasic. Vlasic has the ball, passes to I think that was Johnson. Johnson tries to send it into the goal area, but couldn't, because the Kidderminster defence are getting ever stronger, and we now have just under 10 minutes until half time.
Kidderminster defending very, very well there, as well, against this West Ham side. West Ham getting, a little bit more into the game in the last few minutes, kind of trying to get more on the front foot. But Kidderminster are standing up to everything that West Ham can throw at them right now.
Certainly are. I mean, they certainly are, and it depends. And it'll be very interesting to see what tactics David Moyes can come up with during the halftime interval. But West Ham are now in possession with the ball, and it's now got, and it was aiming for Gerard Bowen. I couldn't see who it was that was trying to get to him. It might have been Ben Rama, and yes, in fact, it was. And a corner has been given to West Ham. It will be taken by Mark Noble, and Noble runs towards the corner. West Ham have had 5 corners. Kidderminster none. Ben Rama with the ball for West Ham. That looked like a short corner to me. Diop passes to Fredericks. Fredericks now has the ball. He passes to Gerard Bowen. Gerard Bowen, West Ham's current top league scorer this season. Johnson, and a slip up by Mark Noble. He couldn't get to the ball. He just couldn't get to the ball. Did he get his stud stuck in some turf or something?
Yeah, it looks like ever so possible that he may have done. But, Kidderminster sort of might be riding out their luck a little bit with that one, but certainly not riding out their luck when it comes to how they played in this first half. They have played very, very well.
Still the same score. Now just going to look at Chelsea against Plymouth, and the Blues have equalised. The Blues have equalised. And as Pilaqueta has got himself onto the score sheet, it's now.
I don't know if he actually has it. Let's have a look here. It doesn't look like I've got that one come through as of yet. So I'll have to wait and see what's actually happened there, because it still says 1-0 to Plymouth on my end. So hang tight a minute, because I don't know whether that's how true that is at the moment.
Well, it says 1-1. Well, it says 1-1 on my end, but either way at both venues, it is still very much game on, as Mark Carrington now has the ball for Kidderminster. He tries to find Amari Morgan-Smith, but collides with Kurt Zouma. And what do you make of that incident?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a collision there, and that goal has actually just come through now on my end. By the way, it's just obviously a little bit delayed, so Chelsea are back level against Plymouth in the other game. But yeah, it was there wasn't loads in that incident really, so you can't really there's not much to really say about it.
Corner to Kidderminster now. Can they convert? Can they make it their second goal from this corner? It looks like they might, but they can't. And a poorly timed corner, and an interesting bit of acrobatics from the Kidderminster number 4, Nathan Cameron. Yeah,
it was good from him there. Obviously, sometimes you have to do that. You can't always play it simply. And obviously, he did very, very well there, did Nathan Cameron. And this. Him and the likes of the other defenders there, Preston and Richards, and obviously Penny, are all standing, very, very firm and very, very strong to deal with everything that West Ham are throwing at them. 5
minutes left. It's still Kidderminster 1, West Ham 0. You're listening to the Commentary Hub with me, Nicholas Jones, and Mike Harneman. You can also hear us on the Commentary Hub too, JDAC Football, JB Sports. Storm FM, and you can also hear us on our official Twitch channel, and also Mike's channel, Misohani 1987. As Kidderminster get ready to take up a throw in, which they do, and it's still. And they were aiming for. I think he was aiming for Ashley Hemmings, but another flag. But another flag for a throw-in has gone up as well. Russ Penn could just about see a sliver of a smile on his face. But he knows that this game is far from over. As do we. Areola picks up the ball for West Ham, and he passes up to Issa Diop. Issa Diop. Now with the ball, he passes to Ryan Fredericks. Fredericks now passes to a Kral. Now back to Diop, and now straight to Kurt Zouma. Zouma tries to cross to Johnson, but blocked by Hemmings. As as it's now a forward cross, was aiming for Yarmolenko, but West Ham holding their ground, and in fact, an offside. But Kidderminster holding their ground. Offside flag has gone up. It was against that. It was against that possible attempt on goal. I think Yarmolenko was a long way ahead. Was a long way ahead of the last defender. Your thoughts? Your thoughts on the offside?
Yeah, definitely offside for me as well. He was certainly in an offside position there. Once again, very good defending from Kidderminster, who, with every second that passes, are getting ever closer to being 1-0 up at half time.
Certainly, yes, as Bajrami had the ball, but dispossessed now by West Ham, and it looked like a foul on Nikola Vlasic. I couldn't see who fouled him. It looked to me like it was Mark Carrington. What do you make of that?
Yeah, I think it was a foul there. But these Kidderminster, even the midfielders here, there's a lot of fight, a lot of determination, and they're battling very, very hard here, and very, very well, and kind of not giving West Ham too much on the ball when it comes to time on the ball, and sort of West Ham obviously given an opportunity to get forward. Kidderminster are always dealing with it pretty well at the moment, so they're playing very, very well, playing some good stuff for Kidderminster as well on the other end of things as well, creating chances and things like that too.
Free kick quickly taken by West Ham just a moment ago, but West Ham but Kidderminster rising up to the challenge as they continue to hold on possession of the ball. Around a minute and a half until half time. I wouldn't be surprised if they only put up at least a minute or two on. I'd be surprised if it was more, as Areola.
Yeah, probably a minute or maybe two, but yeah, probably a minute. I don't think there's been too many stoppages in this first half, really.
Nothing too serious about this game, and as Chelsea and Plymouth approach half-time, it is still 1-1 at Stamford Bridge, as West Ham now pass to Alex Crowell. Crowell had it briefly. Now it's with Ashley Hemmings. Ashley Hemmings with the ball for West Ham, tries to find Sam Austin, but dispossessed very well by Nikola Vlasic, and now Alex Crowell. Crowell with the ball. And it's now gone to I think that was Ben Rama. Now back to Crowell. Crowell tries to find Bone in the goal area. And now it's with Ryan Fredericks. Fredericks holding on to the ball, holding off any advances from Kidderminster. Now straight to Mark Noble. Noble does really well to hold on, and it's now gone to I think that was Ben Rama, and over it goes. It's over the crossbar. Whatever chances West Ham have, they are wasting them.
Yeah, that was a very wayward effort there from Ben Rama. Obviously, he's 30 yards, 35 yards out there, and he just seems to not really get any direction on that one at all. And that's where Kidderminster are playing so well, kind of forcing West Ham to have opportunities from long distance like that. Because when they get to the final third, the Kidderminster defence are really standing up to everything West Ham are throwing at them.
1 minute of added on time has been given, but I don't think anything's going to be converted. In that time, as I have seen so many times before, as West Ham now have possession of the ball, courtesy of a throw-in, and it's now with Diop. Diop passes to Zuma. Zuma now with the ball for West Ham, but it's now gone up the field towards the midfielder. And it's now it was aimed for Vlasic, and the referee looks like he'll be getting ready to blow the whistle for halftime anytime now. He does, and that is the end of the first half. Kidderminster have started as they meant to go on. After their third round victory at Reading, will they add more in the second half, or will West Ham reassert their league superiority? Halftime score at Agbra: Kidderminster Harriers 1, West Ham United 0.
Thank you for that, Nicholas, as well. Really interesting game so far. We're going to take a quick break as well now. And Kidderminster leading West Ham at Agro, as Nicholas just said there, by 1-0. Certainly didn't expect this one to be going this way, but, you know, that's the magic of the FA Cup for you. And, of course, we said about David Moyes being knocked out by Preston as a player. Well, it looks like he could well be being knocked out by Kidderminster as a manager at the moment as well. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with the second half. But in the meantime, we're going to just take a short interlude and we'll be back in time, of course, for the second half. But very great cup tie so far. And let's see whether Kidderminster can continue on with the way that they played throughout that first half. Because at the moment, they're 1-0 up, and good value for it they are as well. So we are now back. We'll be back underway for second half coverage between Kidderminster and West Ham United very, very shortly. Obviously, we've got Nicholas here still as well. Just going to lower our little bit of half-time music as well there. So we'll turn it off, in fact. So Kidderminster there against West Ham. Kidderminster 1-0 up at the break. Looking good value for it, aren't they, Nicholas, as well, right now?
Yes, they certainly are. I mean, that goal in the first half by Alex Penny, it was quite unexpected. And I'm looking at some of the comments recently. Derek Jones, my father, he says that David Moyes is going to have to give a pretty powerful half-time team talk. I wouldn't be surprised if he does.
No, he's going to absolutely have to. Would he even look to go to the substitutes bench? Maybe. Obviously, he's got some players on there that can make a difference. Obviously, Declan Rice being one of those who's on the bench. Just going to look through what other options they've got here in regards to potential substitute options. West Ham as well. They've got a few other options there they could use. Even the likes of Souček as well. That could potentially come on, and also Fornals maybe.
Yeah, I would have to go for some of the experienced players on there. I do see a couple of academy players on there. Agi Elise and Armstrong Okoflex. I personally don't think he should bring them on because their lack of experience could be very telling. But so coming back to Kidderminster's, if Russ Penn is to make any halftime substitutes, he can't go wrong. He can't go wrong with the likes of Jaden White and Devon with Jaden White. So I reckon that's having someone like Jaden White would only increase Kidderminster's attacking role, and
just going to that as well. I don't think Kidderminster will really be that fussed about making any substitutions at half time unless they've got any injuries. I think they should probably stick with the same 11 that's got them 1-0 up and playing as well as they are right now.
I mean, Amari Morgan-Smith, who took that. Amari Morgan-Smith, who took that foul in the first half, he seemed relatively okay throughout it. So I don't think he's going to be replaced. I think he's just going to stay on there.
Yeah, he's a very talented player as well. Obviously, it's surprised that he's obviously at this level of football. For me, there's plenty about Amari Morgan-Smith that he could easily be a striker in the football league. Maybe League One, League Two for me. The way that he's able to get himself and his team goals, and obviously getting other teammates involved, etc. as well.
Yeah, certainly. And should he progress even further in the FA Cup, I might just be tempting fate here. But he certainly racked up experience. He's played for the likes of Cheltenham Town, Oldham Athletic, Luton Town, and even won the 2016-17 FA Trophy during his time at York City, who Kidderminster also face regularly in the National League North. I'm
glad you mentioned FA trophies, because Kidderminster, of course, got to the first ever trophy final at the new Wembley, where they were 2-0 up, and the fact you've mentioned FA trophies means I can mention that the Stevenage were the team that actually come back from 2-0 down and beat them 3-2 on that occasion. So thanks for that, Nick. You kind of helped me put that one in there. So sorry, Kidderminster fans, but obviously Steve Morrison was the difference on that occasion. Now manager of Cardiff, of course.
Passionate Borough fan there. Passionate,
absolutely, absolutely.
And you can of course check out his interviews with former Stevenage players on the Storm FM YouTube channel as we get ready for the second half between Kidderminster and West Ham. It is only a couple of minutes away now. As
just seeing the highlights here of the first half between Plymouth and Chelsea. Still remains 1-1 at the break, but that's a lovely little back heel or back flake from Cesar Azpilicueta that got Chelsea level. Good bit of play there from Chelsea to get their equaliser, although obviously Plymouth were 1-0 up for a little bit of time in that game, and it looks like West Ham are getting themselves, looks like at least a double sub ready for the second half.
Yeah, that superb opening goal, courtesy of that superb opening goal by Gillespie. That corner, that's a free kick was well taken, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a very good free kick and a good goal for Plymouth Argyle as well, who, as we know, are obviously a League One side, and Chelsea's last defeat in an FA Cup was against the League One side with Bradford, as I mentioned earlier on.
How very ironic should that be? How very ironic should that be repeated? We're now coming up to Azpilicueta's goal now, but in the lead up to it, Plymouth appeared to be defending really well against Chelsea.
Yeah, they looked like they had a bit of opportunity there, Chelsea, to try and get themselves level. And obviously, West Ham are going to be looking to do the same here now against Kidderminster in the second half.
Just had a look at Cesar Azpilicueta's goal. That was well played by Chelsea.
Yeah, it's a lovely little back heel, sort of back flick, wasn't it? It was really nice.
Yes, and now back to Agbra for the start of the second half. Craig Dawson looks like he's come on. Looks like he's about to come on as a substitute, as is Declan Rice. Those two very experienced at Premier League level. David Moyes will be hoping he has made the right decision as we approach the start of the second half between Kidderminster Harriers and West Ham United. In fact, Diop has gone off for Dawson and Crowell has gone off for Rice. So a Dawson and Rice coming on as a substitutes. We'll be asking Mike about them momentarily as we prepare for the start of the second half. Kidderminster will be going from right to left this time. I mean left to right, and West Ham right to left. And we are underway for the second half between Kidderminster Harriers and West Ham United. Ball played in early by Kidderminster, and a throw has been taken by Kidderminster. It's now with Sam Austin. Austin now with the ball, tries to find it into the goal, but headed away by Kurt Zuma. I was just going to ask Mike, Dawson and Rice on the pitch as substitutes. Is that a good decision?
I think it is, personally. I think obviously Declan Rice, very experienced, had a exceptional Euros, didn't he, with England, when of course England got through to the final and were beaten by Italy. Obviously, really talented player. Obviously, vice captain at West Ham as well. And obviously, we know Dawson's very experienced as well. So I think it's a good call from David Moyes to put those two on, yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mike. As Amari Morgan-Smith sends the ball out for a West Ham throw. It looks as though Kidderminster have started the second half the way they started the first, the more aggressive, as Amari Morgan-Smith has the ball for the Reds, and it's now gone to, I think that I couldn't see who it was, but West Ham now have it back, and a foul has been going on. It's taken out a West Ham player and two Kidderminster players. I couldn't see who they were in total. I think Amari Sterling was involved. We'll just have to check. But what do you think happened?
Yeah, it was just a bit of a collision. Really, there's nothing really, in it in regards to more than just a free kick. No yellows or anything like that. Needs to be brandished with that one.
And I think I actually just missed it. And a small attempt on goal by Ashley Hemmings just went past the post there.
Yeah, it was a good effort from Ashley Hemmings. It's long distance. He's quite a bit of a way out, but why not? Obviously you're playing against a Premier League side here in West Ham. You want to become a hero. Imagine if you did it from that kind of range. That would make it even more special, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it certainly would have been. But as it stands at the moment, Kidderminster lead West Ham by 1-0. And you're listening to the Commentary Hub with me, Nicholas Jones, and Mike Harneman, as Ben Johnson now pass is back to Kurt Zuma. You can hear us on the commentary hub too. JDAC Football, JB Sports, Storm FM, the commentary hub too, and also on our Twitch channel, and also on Mike's Twitch channel as well. As Alex Penny was involved in an incident with Ben Johnson, I think it was. You can also get in touch with us on Twitter at the Commentary Live One, capital C for Commentary, capital L Live number 1, and also on Facebook at facebook.com/the Commentary Hub, as Luke Simpson clears the ball out of the goal. It's our Facebook is facebook.com/the capital T, the capital C Commentary, and the capital C and the capital H for Hub, all one word. As a West Ham player appears to have been brought down. It was Yarmolenko, but he appears to be all right. That's good. That's good to see. As Mark Noble has, or is he? Yarmolenko seems to be stretching himself out a bit there. I
don't think there's really anything there that's too wrong with the West Ham man. I think he'll be okay to carry on.
Yeah. I was slightly concerned for a moment there as Vlasic passes to Ben Rama. Ben Rama going for goal, but deflected really well by Alex Penny, although Kidderminster aren't out of the woods yet. Here's Declan Rice with his first touch of the ball. Rice now passes to Mark Noble. Noble finds, I think that's Johnson, but and he's trying to go around Caleb Richards, but crossed into the goal area and deflected out by Kidderminster, and it's now with their captain, Sam Austin, who passes to Ashley Hemmings. Hemmings passes down to Nathan Cameron. Cameron now passes to somebody else, and it's now gone to Amari Morgan-Smith, who's been clipped by Craig Dawson. He looks momentarily stunned, but what do you make of it?
Yeah, again, good build-up play from Kidderminster Harriers there, and West Ham, obviously having to make the foul really to stop Kidderminster from getting into an even more dangerous position. So credit to Kidderminster for the way that they've come out in the second half as well. West Ham obviously have made the subs, but Kidderminster, are doing everything that they can still to keep this game at 1-0 and. Allowing West Ham to have a bit of possession at times as well, but sort of saying to West Ham, we're 1-0 up at the moment, and we beat obviously a higher division team last time out in Reading. We can obviously potentially do it and maybe do it again here as well.
Okay, now Kidderminster heading up with the ball upfield. I think that was Sam Austin who had it briefly. Indeed, it was. Rice was able to intercept, and it's now with Ryan Fredericks. Fredericks crosses upfield and was deflected by I think that might have been Yarmolenko or was it Dawson? It's now Sam Austin again for Kidderminster. It's now gone to I think that's Hemmings. Now back to Austin. Austin finds Bajrami, but Declan Rice gets there before he does, and it's now with Gerard Bowen. Bowen has briefly been fouled by, I think, I couldn't see who it was, but West Ham still managed to hold on to the ball. And it's now gone to Ben Johnson, who passes to Said Ben Rama. Ben Rama to Noble. Noble passes to, trying to pass to Rice, which he did. And Rice is now trying to find a way to break through. It's now with Johnson. Johnson was almost tackled by Hemmings, and it's now back with Noble. Noble to Declan Rice. Declan Rice back now with the ball. It's now gone straight to Noble. Noble passes to Ben Rama, and it's now gone to Johnson. Now back to Declan Rice. Declan Rice trying to find a way through. He goes round Sam Austin and passes to Vlasic. Vlasic back towards Ben Rama and just over the almost over the crossbar, but Kidderminster doing really well to defend that one. That was very close, and a foul by Zuma on, I think that was Morgan Smith, but that's
excellent defending, by the way, from Nathan Cameron there, getting a block on that one to to deny West Ham from obviously potentially scoring there to make it 1-1. Nathan Cameron there, the defender, very, very well played.
Yes, very well played. I think very well played. I think that was an attempt by either Ben Rama or Vlasic, but so the fight between Zuma and Morgan Smith has been quickly diffused there by the referee Jonathan Moss. Do you think he's made good refereeing so far in this game?
Yeah, he's not had anything really to do in too much as of yet, but no issues with the way he's refereed this game so far.
Still 1-1 between Chelsea and Plymouth as their second half is now well underway. As Alex Penny takes the throw for Kidderminster, but out it goes for what I think will be a Kidderminster Harriers corner. Something must have happened, and the Kidderminster Harriers fans they're getting really excited about how this game is going so far, and indeed it will be a Kidderminster Harriers corner to be taken by Alex Penny, the man who scored in the first half. Will he or any other of the Harriers players get on the score sheet? We shall see. He takes the corner, almost headed in by I think that was Preston. I'll have to check.
I think it was. It was the corner was right to his head as well. It was a perfectly placed corner, and actually, maybe Kidderminster might be looking to, might be looking on with a little bit of frustration there because the delivery straight to the man, and to be honest, just couldn't direct his header. Obviously, all he could do was direct it over the top of the crossbar. But it's a good passage of play from Kidderminster again there, and an opportunity to make it 2.
Ashley Hemmings passes to Morgan Smith, but still can't get through but still can't get through to the goal. And Kidderminster are definitely starting to become more frustrated. I think that was actually Sterling who almost put that one in. 55 minutes gone. 55 minutes gone. Kidderminster 1, West Ham 0. West Ham, they're proving to be more of a tougher opposition than Reading were in the third round. But Kidderminster are still proving themselves a formidable opponent, aren't they?
Yeah, 100%. Russ Penn will be absolutely delighted, really, with his first 55 minutes or so. And the way that his Kidderminster side are playing, they're playing some really good football. And, as we said, there's 130 or 131 places between them. And a matter of divisions as well. I think it's something like 5 divisions, isn't it? Something like that. 5 or 6 divisions anyway. I'm not 100% sure. But it's not looking like that right now at all in regards to the way that this game is going.
What would you say? What would you say? What would you say is different between West Ham and Reading?
I don't really know. Obviously, West Ham are a sort of more of a experienced side, so they're very experienced when it comes to games like this. They've obviously had games like this in the past against lower division teams in the cup, which they've obviously gone on and won. But no, I don't know. There's not loads and loads. Obviously, just a 1 division difference as well, which I suppose might be, the factor in it. Obviously, West Ham being a Premier League side and a good Premier League side at that as well. We're obviously fighting very hard to get into Europe, as you said earlier.
Yes, absolutely. And I did actually check. It's actually 113 league positions and 5 divisions.
5 divisions and 113. Okay, I'll remember that for next time. Thank you.
Yeah, as Alex Penny takes the throw-in for Kidderminster, and it's now with Mark Carrington. Carrington sends it out for what looks to be yet another throw-in as Kidderminster still lead by a goal to nil. It's in fact going to be a West Ham throw, and Ben Johnson throws to Kurt Zuma, and it's now gone towards the goalkeeper Areola.
And Kidderminster, just looking here as well at the moment, obviously West Ham are trying to get more of a front foot on the game now, and but Kidderminster is set up very, very well. You can see that they've got a couple of banks of 4 there. And then when they're attacking with sort of 3 as well. So, or it might even be 4 as well that they're attacking with. So, the way that they're set up to kind of close West Ham down and stop West Ham from getting any real clear-cut chances at goal. But at the same time, when they're on the attacking sort of trajectory of the game, they're really going for it, which is nice to see.
Corner for West Ham taken by Ben Rami, and it's now with Rice. Rice dancing around Carrington, but Kidderminster holding their advances off very well indeed. Another wasted corner effort by West Ham, methinks.
Yeah, absolutely. Kidderminster defending it very well. West Ham, maybe even the more that the time's going down, obviously it's favouring Kidderminster, isn't it? So West Ham are getting a bit more sloppy because they're trying to be a bit more urgent in regards to the way that they're playing this game now.
Yeah, certainly. It's now Declan Rice. He crosses upfield. He tries to find. He tried to find. I think that was Yarmolenko, but it's now been picked up by Carrington. Carrington for Kidderminster now gone straight to Luke Simpson. Now Luke Simpson manages to clear it, but it's out for a throw, and it'll be taken by Craig Dawson. Craig Dawson. He's had Premier League experience with the likes of West Bromwich Albion and Watford. Only joined West Ham in 2020, but that experience may well count for nothing in this game as Johnson manages to cross, but is picked up by somebody deflected by Kidderminster, and it's now ball with Johnson. Johnson with the ball again for West Ham. He passes to Kurt Zuma. I thought he was going to go to Declan Rice, but Zuma now has it. The French international streaking up the field, passes to Johnson. Johnson passes back towards Saïd Benrahma, the Algerian international, featured in a couple of qualifying matches for Algeria in the World Cup qualifying campaign. And it's now with Yarmolenko. Yarmolenko, the big Ukrainian, who passes again, but deflected by Luke Simpson. An attempt on goal was deflected by Luke Simpson. I couldn't pick up who tried to score, but that was a very close run thing, wasn't it, Mike?
Yeah, very good save actually from Luke Simpson as well. He's not really had much to do in this game yet, but just shows that he's alert to the danger when he needs to be, and when West Ham are trying to get themselves the equaliser now. Luke Simpson, just saying you're not going to get past me that easily. Very good save from him.
Yeah, just managed to catch the play. It was Gerard Bowen. He must be disappointed with that effort. As a corner has been given to West Ham, was sent in by Gerard Bowen, but it's now been picked up by Benrahma. Benrahma now with the ball for West Ham. Can he convert it into anything? And the answer is no.
That's right. Again, another opportunity there for West Ham. Really trying to get themselves level now. They're trying to throw everything at this Kidderminster side, but as we said in the first half, they're continuing to stay strong and stay firm to it as well right now. As I think West Ham are going to be getting another substitution ready shortly as well, which will be their third.
We'll let you know who it is. As and when it happens, it's now Ryan Fredericks with the ball for the Hammers. Now back to Yarmolenko. Yarmolenko trying to go through Kidderminster, but nothing doing so far. Benrahma tries to find Ryan Fredericks, but nothing comes of it though. Declan Rice.
I'm hearing it'll probably be 2 substitutions, in fact, for West Ham. It looks like they're going to be getting the third and fourth subs ready to come on. We'll
confirm as and when it happens. As a shot on goal deflected by Luke Simpson. Luke Simpson, he's really doing well at keeping the ball out, isn't he?
Yeah, he's doing well in the last few minutes. Obviously, the first half he didn't have a lot to do at all or anything to do, but the last few minutes, West Ham have had a couple of chances there, and he stood tall to them and stood firm to them. Yeah, he's doing everything he needs to do as a goalkeeper right now.
2 minutes past the hour mark. It's still Kidderminster 1, West Ham United 0. And just going for a quick check between Chelsea and Plymouth. It is still 1-1 between both sides as Morgan Smith was actually fouled in an incident in the goal area. He has since got back up, which is good. as Aaron Cresswell comes off. Comes on in place of Johnson.
That's right, and I think it's Souček there as well. I think it's also coming on, isn't he?
Yeah, it looks like Thomas Souček off in place of Mark Noble. Thomas Souček, who led the Czech Republic to the quarterfinals in the recent Euros, but could not get past Denmark, who went on to become semi-finalists. Souček with the ball, his first touch of the game, and it's now gone to Kurt Zuma. Zuma now with the ball for West Ham.
Just looking at those two substitutions there as well. Two, more very experienced players that have been put on for West Ham there. Thomas Souček and Aaron Cresswell, both internationals and both players that, are regulars in West Ham's league campaign, sort of match day squads and, lineups as well.
Yeah, hold your horses a minute there, Mike, because Nikola Vlasic appeared to foul a Kidderminster Harriers player. I think the referee gave him a bit of a talking to, but no cards given, as a free kick has now been given to Kidderminster. It'll be interesting to see if they can convert anything from this free kick. So far back, the free kick taken. It's gone to Alex Penny, but it was deflected, and it looks like it will be a Harriers corner.
That's right. Good play from Kidderminster once again, and looking to add to this lead now. And against a West Ham side that, trying to throw everything at Kidderminster now, as we were just saying with regards to those substitutes as well, bringing on players who play regularly for them in the Premier League. Corner wasn't apparently given. If it was, we didn't see it. As Zuma, as Zuma now has the ball, who passes to Souček, and now Craig Dawson. Dawson now back with the ball. I think Rice was trying to signal for him to pass it to him, and it's now with Aaron Cresswell to Ben Rama. Ben Rama passes back towards Dawson, but caught by but that's a poor pass. It's now with Kidderminster with I think that was Sterling, although Morgan Smith could have gotten his foot to it had he not got stuck in a bit of turf. But West Ham, given what they're playing so far, are they really starting to run out of options after just over 65 and a half minutes? They've only got the one substitute left, which I'm sure will probably be, maybe 4 nows if, the score doesn't change with the players that they've got on the pitch now. But, yeah, they're trying to throw everything at this Kidderminster side. And, I think David Moyes has obviously looked at this and said, well, some of the players who he's decided to start the game with, obviously, were underperforming, which is why he's made 4 changes already. And we're still got about 25 minutes left, and they've only got the 1 change left they can make now.
Cresswell passes to Kurt Zuma. Zuma has now passed to Rice. Rice trying to go round. Rice trying to go round Sam Austin, but nothing doing so far. Rice. Now Zuma. He's trying to run through, but it's now passed to Aaron Cresswell. Cresswell gets into a bit of a wrestling match there with Ashley Hemmings. I think he pulled on his shirt there, but Jonathan Moss doesn't take anything of it.
No, I don't think there was a real lot in that one at all. I think Jonathan Moss has probably just about got that one correct.
Yeah, it seems to have been getting that one correct. It looks as though the Kidderminster supporters are becoming a lot more noisier than their West Ham counterparts as Luke Simpson gets ready to kick the ball out of the goal area, which he does.
Yeah, I think the reason behind the Kidderminster fans getting a lot more noisy there is because obviously it's getting ever closer to the end of this game now, and the more time that passes, the more that they're Kidderminster fans in the stadium here are saying, well, why not? It could be our day.
Offside being given against West Ham. I mean, Kidderminster very unlucky, but back to where we are now, and it's Rice with the ball for West Ham. Rice passes to Hemmings. Hemmings now back towards Rice. Declan Rice with the ball. He's powering up through. He's powering up the pitch, and he's now passed to Thomas Souček. Souček passes to I think that was Fredericks or whoever. But now now back with Dawson, almost picked up by Morgan Smith, which it is. Morgan Smith almost sends it out for a throw-in, but keeps the ball in play. Morgan Smith for Kidderminster, and it's now with Bajrami and now Sam Austin. Austin holds up. Austin, great ball control. He passes to Hemmings. Hemmings, Harriers' top scorer so far this season. Surely he must get his name on the sheets. Hemmings passes back towards Bajrami, as Mike mentioned, a former Albanian under 21. But now Kurt Zuma has the ball for West Ham. Not for long though. It's now back with Hemmings, who passes to Bajrami. Bajrami for Kidderminster, and now it's with Mark Carrington. Carrington passes to, I think that was Caleb Richards, but Kidderminster, Kidderminster controlling the game really well. But even though they don't have the ball right now from Ryan Fredericks, Kidderminster, superb ball control.
Yeah, playing very, very well, Kidderminster right now, especially when they're in possession. They're looking very, very good, and it's getting towards that stage where maybe Kidderminster will be looking to make a substitution of their own shortly as well, just to kind of give somebody else an opportunity to come on and, see what they can do against this West Ham side.
Ashley Hemmings looked like he was going to go towards goal, but West Ham doing really well too. But West Ham did really well to keep that effort out, and it's still 1-1 between Chelsea and Plymouth. So it looks like it could well go to extra time. So it looks like it could well go to extra time and penalties between the Pilgrims and the Blues, as Morgan Smith has managed to carry the ball into the 18-yard box, but passes back down the field to one of his teammates. I think that might have been Hemmings, but now it's Yarmolenko. He holds onto the ball but slips up. I think the pressure might have gotten to him there, but a yellow card has been issued. I couldn't see who it was for. It might be one of the Kidderminster players.
It went to the defender, Nathan Cameron, in fact.
Yes, indeed, it was Nathan Cameron. He's been booked, but if he is to commit another offence and be sent off, that will be a real shame, because he's been one of the key defenders throughout this game.
Yeah, he got an assist, obviously, for the goal as well. Yeah.
And Mark Carrington moves off the pitch to make way for Lewis Montrose. Lewis Montrose, very experienced at league level. He won the 12-13 League Two season during his time at Gillingham, and he's also played for the likes of Wycombe Wanderers, Chesterfield, and Oxford United.
Yeah, so good experience there for the man coming on, which I think is a good sort of wise move from Russ Penn there. Yeah.
I was also about to mention that he also won the 18-19 FA Trophy with AFC Fylde, who are also in the National League North, and actually the National League North leaders. So he knows how to win silverware at non-league level. Meantime, Vlasic with the ball for West Ham, and I think he's about to send it out. But West Ham still managing to hold on to the ball. It's now with Ryan Fredericks. Ryan Fredericks tries to find Jarrod Bowen, but Nathan Cameron does well to get in the way there, as West Ham still trying to get through. It's now Thomas Souček, the Czech international, straight to Declan Rice, who, as Mike mentioned, was part of the England squad that reached the Euro 2020 final. Saeed Ben Rama now. back towards Thomas Souček. Souček finds Ryan Fredericks. Fredericks tries to find somebody in the goal area, but headed away by Kidderminster Harriers. It's now with Craig Dawson.
Good defending Kidderminster there as well, just in that passage of play. Defended that one very well then.
Rice now with the ball, and it's looked like it was going towards Yarmolenko, but again, good defending by Kidderminster Harriers and Ashley Hemmings, although it's now resulted in a throw-in to West Ham to be taken by Cresswell. It's now with Rice. Rice for the Hammers, straight back to Cresswell. Cresswell to, I think that might, I couldn't see who it was. It might well have been Ben Rama. In fact, it was, as Dawson now has the ball. He passes to Souček. Souček tries to find Rice, which he does. Rice passes to Cresswell. Cresswell trying to go around Hemmings, but he passes to Ben Rama. Back to Rice. Rice. He's trying to get through, but can't. Now it's up to Ben Rama. What can he do? He crosses into the goal. He tries to find Yarmolenko, but another attempt on goal just goes the wrong way for West Ham.
Yeah, just looking at this as well just now. Obviously, Kidderminster flying high in the National League North, as you said, sitting third, and West Ham, but they've lost the last two games. So obviously they lost to Manchester United, and they also lost to Leeds United as well. Did the Hammer. So, maybe that's something that Russ Penn and his side could, potentially look at now, because obviously they're only, just over 15 minutes away from putting themselves in the hat for round 5 against this side, obviously, who are sitting 5th in the Premier League at the moment.
Yes, certainly. Certainly. Amari Sterling with the ball for Kidderminster, but it goes out for a throw-in to be taken by West Ham, which indeed it has. West Ham need to pull something out of the bag, and fast. They've only got just under 15 minutes left. Time is running out, and they know it. Ben Rama tries to get round the Kidderminster defenders. He can't quite do it. He passes to Rice. Rice tries to go for it, and well blocked by Kidderminster, which results in the ball going over the crossbar. Great defending by the Carpetmen.
Yeah, defending very, very well once again. Our Kidderminster, or the Carpetmen as you call them there, defending very, very well at the moment and keeping this West Ham side at bay. Not long left for them to hold out, and their fans, as you can see there, are absolutely loving this as well. They're on the verge of what could be a very huge FA Cup upset.
Yes, certainly. As the Kidderminster fans now getting behind their club, they're making just so much noise as Luke Simpson clears it out, and it's now with Amar, and it's now with, I think that was Hemmings. Now it's gone to I couldn't see who it was. It's actually Hemmings. It's actually Hemmings himself, but deflected out by Cresswell.
Good play there again from Kidderminster, just trying to get themselves that second goal. And obviously, even if they don't get a second goal, as long as the ball's in West Ham's half of the pitch, and that's good enough for them right now. Yes,
certainly. Yes, certainly. Kidderminster could be well on the way to. Anyway, and before I was about to mention this, Vlasic makes way for Pablo Fornals, the Spain international, and Kidderminster are also about to make a substitution as well. Sam Austin is going to come off, and taking his place will be Devontae Redmond. Devontae Redmond, on loan from Wrexham, as I mentioned earlier, was also played for Manchester United at Premier League 2 level, and And if he manages to promote Kidderminster Harriers, this will be the second time he's done it This will only be the second time he's promoted a club in his career. He also promoted Salford City from the National League to League Two in the 18-19 season. So he's got a good promotion record.
Yeah, I think he played a little bit for Salford in League Two as well the season after that, I believe. So good player there. Another player that obviously is playing a few leagues below maybe where they should be playing in terms of their career at the moment.
Yeah, certainly. But certainly. But it just goes to show that playing for a non-league club can bring its rewards. As Hemmings has the ball, but passes to Morgan Smith. Morgan Smith back to Hemmings, now picked up by Souček. Souček sends the ball out for a throw, and as I was just saying a moment ago, it doesn't all have to be about big league clubs to be successful.
No, that's why we love the FA Cup as well, and these upsets, of course. When teams, obviously, you mentioned Lincoln City getting to the quarter final. Obviously, Sutton were successful in that tournament as well, and were knocked out in the round before the quarter final. And you see upsets pretty much every season, which is always the joy that we and the fact that that's why we love the FA Cup, really, isn't it, as well, to see all of these lower league sides giving a very good account of themselves as Kidderminster are today.
Certainly so, and it's still 1-1 between Chelsea and Plymouth. So it looks as though those two will be going to extra time and penalties, as Yarmolenko now has the ball for West Ham. It's now with Ben Rama, deflected by Kidderminster, but it's gone back to Yarmolenko. Yarmolenko trying to go around, but I think another West Ham player was trying to go for it, but he couldn't send it through. It's still 1-0 as Cresswell passes to Ben Rama. Ben Rama, what can he do? He passes straight back to Yarmolenko. Yarmolenko trying to power his way through, but can't. Rice now back to Cresswell.
That other substitution just a minute ago for West Ham, by the way, was their final substitution of the game. So David Moyes has used all the eggs that he can use now.
That's right. That's right, and they're running. That's right, and they're running out of options as Cresswell throws the ball into Declan Rice, who slips up momentarily by just sending the ball out of the field, but it's now gone back to a throw-in. And Declan Rice tries to crossed to I couldn't see who it was, but West Ham, Kidderminster defending really well, Kidderminster defending really well indeed. What must be going through Russ Penn's mind now?
Yeah, well, he's getting ever closer, isn't he? And his Kidderminster players are getting ever closer to causing that upset now against a Premier League side, obviously, in West Ham, who are fighting for Europe, and these Kidderminster fans, and they're absolutely loving it. The manager, I'm sure, is loving it. The chairman's probably loving it. And I think, it's why we love the FA Cup. 150 years of it this year. And this is, if this ends up as a victory for Kidderminster, it's probably going to be one of the biggest upsets of those 150 years as well. Saved briefly by I think that was saved briefly by Simpson. I think that was I think that was a foul on Yarmolenko. Briefly tugged on the shirt by Nathan Cameron. Whether it looks as though he was definitely in the goal area, but nothing worthy of a penalty. Not for me. I think he went down a little bit too easily there. It
did look like it, didn't it?
I don't think there was anything really in that one at all. I think it's getting to that stage for West Ham where they're obviously now kind of just trying everything they can to give themselves a bit of hope in this game.
Well, that hope could well soon be dashed as a corner has been given to Harriers. It'll be Amari Sterling to take the corner for Kidderminster. Everyone getting into their positions. Sterling raises his hand to signal that he's ready. Or is he? I think he just wants to make sure that the ball is in the correct position. Jonathan Moss blows the whistle to signal that the corner is to be taken, and indeed it is. Deflected really well by Alfonso Areola. I think that's probably the best thing he's done all game.
Yeah, he's not had loads to do in regards to other saves he's made and things like that, but that was a bit better from him. Obviously, you can look at his positioning for the goal as well. Obviously, he dropped the ball for the goal, or he wasn't able to kind of get the ball firmly in between his gloves for the goal, and then kind of just gifted it straight to the Kidderminster player, Penny, who put it into the back of the net. But it's that I suppose that's what happens when you're not the out and out outright number one, isn't it?
Talking of Alex Penny, it could well be another Kidderminster corner, or is it? No, in fact, it's going to be another throw in. With just around 7 minutes left, it's still Kidderminster 1, West Ham 0, and you're listening to the Commentary Hub with myself, Nicholas Jones, and Mike Harneman. You can also hear us on the Commentary Hub too, JDAC Football, JD Sports, Storm FM, and you can also watch us on our Twitch channel and also Mike's Twitch channel. And it is and right at this moment in time, it is also still 1-1 between Chelsea and Plymouth with 5 minutes of normal time round their side left. As
I wonder, sorry, man, I wonder what Lee Chapman is making of this right now. Obviously, the man who scored the last time that these two sides met in 1994 there as well. He scored the winner in a 1-0 victory for West Ham that day. So I wonder what he's making of this game now. The former West Ham man, who was the difference on that day.
Yes, it certainly looks like one he probably won't want to watch again. But with only 6 minutes left, it might change his tune. It might not. We shall see. As Ben Rama now has the ball just outside the 18-yard box. He passes to Thomas Souček. Souček fires it in to the goal area, but cleared away by Kidderminster. And it's now gone to Jarrod Bowen. Jarrod Bowen tries to take it, but has been fouled, I think, by Caleb Richards.
Yeah, it's a definite foul in there for me. But Kidderminster, again, sometimes making those fouls, and kind of stopping West Ham from really trying to play their game. It isn't a bad thing at this stage of the game either.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't look like it. I mean, David Moyes trying to encourage West Ham as much as he can, but I think deep down, part of him realizes that the team has probably shot all their bolts, so it could well be all over for them. 5 minutes left though, for West Ham to try and at least level rather than go ahead, because I'm now starting to feel that if they level this game, that could well give them the hope that they need. I don't think they'll be able to get in front within the next 5 minutes, but if they level, that could still keep their hopes alive.
Yeah, absolutely. And if they do level, and they take into extra time as well, don't they? So
they do indeed, but they do indeed. Sorry to interrupt. An attempt on a goal by West Ham. I think that was Sterling who almost had it, but no, it wasn't. It was in fact Ashley Hemmings who almost put that one in, but unlucky for it not to be two.
Yeah, I was just going to say that an opportunity for Kidderminster through Ashley Hemmings, and good opportunity that it was as well. And that's where West Ham are going to have to go for this now. So that could be where Kidderminster can get their second goal, because obviously if they can defend as well as they have done in the 85 minutes or 86 minutes so far, they might even be able to hit West Ham on the counter and then double their lead that way.
West Ham have got to go for broke now as Rice passes to Ben Rama. Ben Rama now with the ball. He tries to power it through. Can't quite do it. It's now with Ben Rama. Saved by Simpson. Luke Simpson has saved it. He has just been superlative in front of goal. Yeah,
fantastic save again from Luke Simpson. Didn't have a lot to do in the first half, as I said earlier, but now when he needs to pull up all the stops for his Kidderminster Harriers side, he's doing everything he can to keep this at 1-0 at the moment.
It's that time. It's that time of the match. It's that time of the match where we now start to find out who our player of the match is. Sponsored by Commentary Services. Mike, who is your pick?
I've got a name in mind already, and I'm going to have to give it to Alex Penny, the man whose goal is the difference, the Kidderminster defender there. So Penny, for me, is going to get player of the match for the way he's defended in this game, and also at the moment it looks like he's going to be a hero as well. So. Congratulations, Alex Penny. I'm going to give you the player of the match for this game.
Okay, well, all dear. Well done to Alex Penny.
Put that on screen there. Bear with me a second. I don't know what happened. I think I was writing it at the same time you were. So there we go. There's your player of the match, Alex Penny. Well done.
Yes, yes, that's right. I was. Yes, that's right. I was writing at the same time. But,
that's all right, mate. It's all good. It's going across the bottom of the screen now. Alex Penny, man of the match or player of the match. So the one who looks like being the difference so far.
2 minutes left at Agborough, and it's now we've now gone into the 90th minute at Stamford Bridge between Chelsea and Plymouth. Still 1-1 over there. But it's now...
I will actually just quickly give an honourable mention to Nathan Cameron, the other defender as well. It was very close between the pair of those two.
Yeah, very close between those pair. But you also can't rule out Luke Simpson as it looks like Thomas Souček has been fouled just outside the. No, it wasn't. It was Jarrod Bowen. It's just inside the 18-yard box. But like I said, you also can't rule out Luke Simpson.
No, 100%. He's made some very good saves in this second half. 100%. He's done everything he needed to do so far to keep us at 1-0. So yeah, he was another one that was in the bracket there as well. But any of these Kidderminster players, to be fair, they've all put in a shift today.
Yeah, that's right. I mean that's a foul on Jarrod Bowen, who was almost outside the pitch altogether. What do you make of it?
Yeah, well, it was a little bit unlucky there to give that one, in my opinion. But it's another one really, which was a little bit soft, really. Yeah.
Alex Penny now. It's gone straight to Saeed Benrahma. Benrahma has to make this attack count. He's trying to go through Penny. He almost does, but well deflected by Matt Preston. And it's now with Declan Rice. Rice passes to I couldn't see who, but it's now gone back towards Rice. And 3 minutes have been added, and 3 minutes have now been added on. West Ham need to make those 3 minutes count.
They do, and Kidderminster have got 3 minutes to see it out now to obviously go through and get their name into round 5, as well.
They might as well have to. Superb clearance by Kidderminster, but the ball was picked up by Areola, and Morgan Smith tried to get it off Kurt Zuma, but he was white. But Zuma was wise to it. As now Rice has the ball. He passes to Pablo Fornals. Now it's gone straight back to Declan Rice. Declan Rice tries to get through, and it deflected in, and West Ham have levelled things up.
Heartbreak for Kidderminster there. Declan Rice just thunderbolt of an effort there. Just thunders that one into the back of the net there for West Ham, and he looks like he's saved his side. Splashes a little bit there. It looks like he's gonna get it through to extra time now for West Ham, and heartbreak for Kidderminster, as I was saying.
It is game on now at Agborough. Kidderminster have led for much of the game, but that goal by Rice may well have dashed those hopes. That it was definitely the goal that West Ham needed. Rice just needed no second invitation. He just fired it straight in.
Yeah, it's a great finish as well. We touched on Declan Rice when he was brought onto the field of play. Obviously playing such a big part in England's run to the Euro 2020 final. And, he saved a result here for his side as well. West Ham were right on the verge of going out here against Kidderminster Harriers of the National League North. But Declan Rice, the substitute, has saved them right now And it looks like we might be going for another half an hour, Nicholas, as well, the way things are looking at the moment.
Pablo Fornals to Saeed Benrahma, deflected by a Kidderminster defender. The 90th plus 1 minute. The scoreline given. Russ Penn a few minutes ago, he was possibly contemplating victory. What must be going through his head now?
Yeah, absolutely. You can see head in hands there. Some of these Kidderminster players, a little bit obviously very, very, very frustrated here that they haven't been able to see the job through. But Declan Rice and his West Ham side there did get back into it in the second half and have looked better. But it's just very, very hard for Kidderminster to take right now. Obviously, being 1-0 ahead for so long and then letting it go very, very late.
And talking of Declan Rice, trying to go for another effort, but over the crossbar. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It will go to 30 extra minutes as we now reach the 90th. As we now reach the 93rd minute, and Declan Rice must feel pleased with that effort, and it will be a goal kick to Kidderminster. It could well be the last kick of this particular half. Simpson kicks the ball out of the Kidderminster goal, and there it goes. We go to extra time. Kidderminster looked as though they were going to pretty much run away with this, but Declan Rice brought West Ham back in right at the death. And the score after 90 full-time minutes, Kidderminster Harriers 1, West Ham United 1.
Yeah, no, almost, almost, but not quite for Kidderminster there. Almost putting themselves in the hat for round 5. But they are in the hat for round 5 still as things stay as they are at the moment. But you have to give them loads and loads of credit here, the side that are 5 divisions below West Ham, for everything that they've thrown at this West Ham side. They've looked very, very good today. The side that are vying for promotion back to the National League as well. And if they play like this throughout the remainder of the season, I can only see them going on and achieving that promotion, Kidderminster as well. But in this game, they've put together a very good performance, and they're only minutes away from getting the victory as well. So it's all about how they can dust themselves down now and pull this one back in the second half. Well, in extra time, sorry. Be back with Nicholas shortly as well, but he's just had to go and get a quick refreshment there or sort something out for a minute. But we'll be back with Nicholas in time for extra time anyway. But Kidderminster Harriers, as I was saying, almost but not quite for them. It's also extra time between Chelsea and Plymouth as well. That's also finished 1-1. And with Aspilicueta equalising from Gillespie's goal. And, of course, this one is going to extra time as well now. So, are you back with us, Nicholas, as we are just about to get ready for the first period of extra time now?
Yes, I'm actually back, and it's actually just kicked off for extra time at Stamford Bridge. It looks as though it could well be a long 30-minute period for both teams there. Russell Penn and David Moyes certainly, I don't think were expecting anything like this, and extra time periods are known to take a bit of a toll on certain players. It wears them down. But how do you think they are going to try and persist throughout 30 minutes?
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting now to see whether that late goal can, really give the advantage towards West Ham as we're now in extra time. But Kidderminster have got to dust themselves down quickly and, just try and get themselves back in front again now.
Yes, that's right. They certainly will. I mean, extra time will be starting in about a couple of minutes' time. It'll be West Ham who will kick us off. They are to go from left to right. Kidderminster right to left, and it looks like it will be Pablo Fornals who will kick us off for this first period of extra time. No, actually, it's going to go into the coin toss. That could also make the difference, as Lewis Montrose has now taken up the captain's armband in place of Sam Austin.
That's right. Just Austin just been replaced, hasn't he? Just a moment ago there. Oh, sorry, earlier on there in the 78th minute, actually, wasn't he, when he was replaced by Redmond? Sorry.
That's right. That's right. So Kidderminster, they have to get over that last minute shock, and quickly, if they are to pull a victory out of the bag. And away we go for the first period of extra time at Agbra, as I think that was Morgan Smith who had it briefly. Now it's with Caleb Richards straight to Lewis Montrose. Montrose finds another player, but it skies into the air. Now it's almost going back towards Montrose, but it's now picked up by Fornells. Now it's gone straight to Nathan Cameron. Nathan Cameron, who scored in their last game against Leamington on Tuesday night, and the ball was picked up by Luke Simpson. Do you think Kidderminster have to score early if they are to keep their hopes alive?
I think potentially, or at least stop West Ham from scoring early anyway in this extra period.
It almost looked like they wouldn't be, because Yarmolenko tried to send it in, but it went the wrong way.
Yeah, it was a good play there from West Ham, getting it out to Yarmolenko there, and West Ham using that last-minute equaliser there in their favour at the minute to really try and get a winner here now.
Corner to the Hammers, it goes straight in, but Alex Penny does well to keep the ball out of the goal area. Not for long though. It's now with Gerard Bowen straight to Declan Rice. Declan Rice now with the ball, who passes back to Fornells. Pablo Fornells, the Spain international, straight back to Gerard Bowen. Gerard Bowen tries to find a way through, but can't.
It's good play from West Ham, getting it out to Gerard Bowen there. And again, this Kidderminster defence is standing firm though.
Very much so. We're almost into the second minute of extra time. It's still Kidderminster 1, West Ham 1. Both sets of fans are now starting to feel pretty tired, particularly the younger ones there. But they're still willing to give their club that bit of support, even if it is for another 30 extra minutes, as Kurt Zuma tries to head it to a fellow player, but Kidderminster once again managing to hold their ground.
Yeah, that's right. Kidderminster are holding their ground very well at the moment, as they have done throughout.
Yes, indeed, and a throw-in has been awarded to Harriers, which is taken. It's now gone towards Ashley Hemmings. Ashley Hemmings tries to go around Mark Noble. Craig Dawson, but couldn't quite do so, and it'll be another corner to West Ham. Meantime, it is still Chelsea 1, Plymouth Argyle 1 at Stamford Bridge.
That's right, and potential for penalties in both games, and of course penalties was the deciding factor in the game last night.
Corner kick taken by West Ham, but Kidderminster, sorry, but nothing comes of it, and it'll be another throw-in to Kidderminster, courtesy of Amari, Sterling, or Willett. No, it won't be Sterling. It's going to be Caleb Richards to take the throw, which he does. Richards with the ball for Kidderminster. Now it's with Lewis Montrose, but it's out again for another throw, and it will be taken again by Caleb Richards. Richards tries to aim well. He does. Finds, I think that was Hemmings. Now it's with Bajrami. Back to Montrose. Montrose Montrose crosses, tries to find Amari Morgan-Smith. He does, but taken away by Souček. Not for long though. It's now back with Richards. But now it seems like Montrose has the ball. I was just going to say it seems like West Ham appeared to have gained a bit more momentum. Amari Starling tries to go for a goal, but too far out in my view.
Yeah, that's right. It was a good play though from Kidderminster. Just a minute there, getting the ball out to the attacker there, but it was good defending actually from West Ham as well. They did what they needed to do.
Yes, they certainly did, and it's now Thomas Souček with the ball for the Hammers, and it's now gone back to Declan Rice, who finds Craig Dawson. Dawson now with the ball and passes back to I think that's Kurt Zouma. Yes, indeed it is Zouma. Zouma to I think that was Creswell. Creswell passes to I think a midfielder teammate. Now it's back with Creswell. But West Ham need to at least possibly get another goal to assure themselves of a victory. It looks like they might. Deflected off the chest of Ben Rama, but West Ham again proving to be a very formidable defence force.
Yeah, they're doing very well at the minute. Kidderminster Harriers to be in this game. West Ham, since the goal. You can see even at the end of the 90 minutes, the 90 plus 3 minutes, wasn't it? When West Ham scored their goal, that they wanted to get another one, even to stop it from going into extra time. But West Ham at the minute are looking the more likely if anyone's going to score in this extra period.
Yes, I certainly do. I mean, yes. I'm beginning to feel you're right. I'm beginning to feel you're right with that one, Mike, because I've actually been secretly rooting for Kidderminster. I'm not going to lie in this game. I'm not going to lie. I mean,
I think everyone loves an upset, mate. I can't, I can't say that I didn't want Kidderminster to cause an upset either. So, I'm with you on that.
Ball cleared out by Simpson, and it's now gone to Craig Dawson. Dawson finds Ariola doing really well in place of the injured Lukas Fabianski. Dawson passes to Yarmolenko. Andrei Yarmolenko. He's been a major force out here today.
He's played well, hasn't he, for West Ham? Potentially, he could have had a penalty as well, but we both sort of tended to agree that the referee got it right, and the penalty would have been very harsh on the Kidderminster man.
Still 1-1 between Kidderminster and West Ham after over 17 and a quarter minutes. You're listening to the Commentary Hub with me, Nicholas Jones, and Mike Harneman. You can also hear us on the Commentary Hub too, Jeddah Football, JB Sports, and Storm FM. We're also on Twitch, and also Mike's Twitch channel as well. And it's still 1-1 between Chelsea and Plymouth. David Moyes takes a drink of water to calm his nerves down. I think he's starting to get himself more energy.
Yeah, and I think the substitutions have played a part. Declan Rice coming on made a big part as well for West Ham there. Obviously scoring the goal, and I think he has played a big part in West Ham getting level. And obviously, West Ham looking to get themselves in front now as well. But Declan Rice coming on has played a big part here for West Ham because obviously he loves to become a hero or to make a difference in these sort of games, and that's exactly what he's done.
I was just about to say that Bowen almost had, and I was about to say that Bowen was a very close inside goal. I think he almost had a chance to score himself, but he brought down Caleb Richards. I thought was a crossing by Ben Rama, but Bowen just couldn't get to it in time.
Yeah, it was a good play from West Ham again, looking to get themselves in front now. But Kidderminster, doing everything that they can as well. If they can get through to the first period of extra time, then you never know what might happen, because yesterday, obviously, we saw it go to penalties, and if it goes to penalties, it's anyone's game, isn't it? So Kidderminster could potentially be looking at that as well, as I think they're going to be making a sub of their own shortly in the next minute or two.
They'll have to, because they'll have to make another sub very soon, because they've only made one so far this game.
I think they made two, haven't they? I think Redmond was the second one. I think they made two.
Yes, yes, that's right too. So they've only got 3 or 2. So they've only got 3 or 2 left. It looks like one of them's getting ready now, having a quick swig before he gets ready to come on. Throw into Kidderminster. We're approaching the 10th minute of extra time. This is still Kidderminster 1, West Ham 1, and now it's with Devontae Redmond. Devontae Redmond sends the ball out, and it's another throw to West Ham. Whatever, and it looks as though a Kidderminster substitution is going to be made. It'll be Jaden White.
The one of the men that you touched on him earlier on, didn't you? You said about him potentially having an impact in this game, so he's got a bit of time here and extra time to do so.
It certainly looks like it will be, as Ashley Hemmings makes way for Jaden White. Ashley Hemmings, he's been a great thorn in West Ham's side throughout this game, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's played very, very well. He's looked very dangerous for Kidderminster in an attacking sense, and I think Kidderminster can certainly be very pleased with his performance today. I'm sure Russ Penn will be delighted with the way he's played.
Jaden White, one of the players to come through Kidderminster Harriers Academy throughout the first part of this season. He was on loan at another non-league side, Stafford Rangers, but he's on the pitch now. And the throw given to West Ham to be taken by Ryan Fredericks to Pablo Fornals, now gone to Declan Rice. Rice passes back to Fredericks. Now it's with Thomas Souček. Souček fouled. I think that might have been by Montrose. Indeed, it was. But what do you make of that?
Yeah, it was a foul there. Montrose catching his man Souček there. Can't really argue with anything other than that, as West Ham are looking to get themselves, that all-important goal now. And as we were just saying a minute ago, you said about Kidderminster having 2 subs to make now, obviously with the one that's just been made as well. West Ham have made all 5 of theirs, but they made it within the 90 minutes. So there's still 2 more players that can make a difference for Kidderminster, and be interested to see who those players are that Russ Penn decides to go to.
Free kick given to West Ham to be taken by Cresswell, and just bounces the other side of the goal.
Yeah, it's a poor effort really from Cresswell. Obviously, he's a set piece specialist, really, the West Ham fullback there. But when it comes to that one, he just got it completely wrong, didn't he?
And that looked like another attempt on goal. I think it just clattered off. It just clattered off the post, and Luke Simpson just couldn't get to it in time.
That's right. Yeah, it was another opportunity there for West Ham. But Luke Simpson, to be fair, might have got a little bit lucky there, but he deserves that for the way that he played in the game itself, or the way that he's played so far.
He deserves all the luck in the luck in the world with that one, as Alvin Martin, who won the FA Cup with West Ham in 1980. Now, of course, a pundit at Talk Sport. I mean, he knows what it's like to be in a tough competition whilst playing for a top club.
Yeah, he does, absolutely. A very good player in his day, Alvin Martin, as well.
Yes, that's right. He certainly was, and also, it's worth mentioning that West Ham back in '94 included people who have gone on to become managers, and one of those was a certain Martin Allen, the former Barnes and Chesterfield manager. As a free kick has been given to West Ham to be taken by Sterling, And it's now gone to Amari Morgan-White. Morgan-White now down in the box. So are a couple of other players. Try and sort this one out, Jonathan Moss, because I certainly can't.
No, I think the Kidderminster man there was looking for a penalty, but I think it would have been a very harsh one to give. I think he's looking for it there, and Jonathan Moss didn't give it, and rightly so, in my opinion, too.
Well, you certainly cleared that one up. No question. I think it looked like Morgan-White went down of his own. I think it looked like Morgan-White went down of his own accord there, but or was he caught out by Rice's momentum? I think it was surely the latter. But anyway, no penalty has been awarded. Although Areola looked like he trod on him. Anyway, so a goal kick given to West Ham, rolled out to Craig Dawson. Dawson now with the ball. We're coming up to the 15th minute of extra time. How many minutes will be added on? We are yet to see. And there it goes. There goes the end of the first period of extra time. Neither side willing to budge or concede. It's still 1-1 at Agbra.
Yeah, Chelsea are 2-1 up now against Plymouth. It's a heartbreak for Plymouth Argyle. It was in the 105th minute. The goal from Marcus Alonso there, set up by Kai Havertz. So Chelsea have turned it around from 1-0 down to lead at Stamford Bridge right now in extra time as well. Yes, certainly indeed. Both sides have now got to regroup, and they've now got to regroup and think whatever fresh tactics they can use in order to bring themselves forward and also in order to get themselves further. What do you think Kidderminster should do in order to win? I think, although I think I can see a couple of people attending to what looks like Amari Morgan-Smith, so that knock could well have been more serious than it looked. Yeah, there's a substitution there for Kidderminster, which is one of their subs that they're still going to be able to use, and it's a good decision, I believe, to use them as well. They might as well use them and throw these players on. I think it's going to be Martin to come on in place of Morgan-Smith, I believe. Okay, we'll check for you. We'll check for you as of when it happens. But what have West Ham got to do to? But what have West Ham got to do to make sure it's to make sure that the next round goes to them, other than score? They've got to step it up a bit more, haven't they? Yeah, they have. The second half of the game they were better. The first period of extra time there, they were the side that were taking it to Kidderminster as well, more than vice versa. But I think more the same in regards to the way West Ham are playing, because they had a very good first period of extra time there without making it count in regards to getting themselves another goal. Okay, so it looks as though it'll be West Ham to kick us off at the second period of extra time. It'll be and it looks like it'll be Andriy Yarmolenko who will be the man to start. Who will be the man to start with this one? As indeed, Kezia Martin comes on for Kidderminster in place of Amari Morgan-Smith. Just a question for you as well. If you're Russ Penn and if you're in the shoes of the Kidderminster manager right now, how long do you reckon it will be until he tells his Kidderminster side to potentially start settling for penalties? Possibly like the first couple of minutes in. I was also about to mention for Kezia Martin, former Barnsley youth, a former player at Barnsley's youth level. So he obviously must be very good. As West Ham have now taken possession with Declan Rice. Rice now with the ball. He passes aside Ben Rama. Ben Rama towards Creswell. Creswell tries to across to somebody up front, but couldn't quite do it. It's now Fornals. Great bit of deflection by Kidderminster. Had gone straight to Ryan Fredericks. West Ham appeared desperate to try and score that second one, but West Ham are just as keen to keep this one out. Headed away by Jaden White. Now it's gone straight back to Aaron Creswell.
Now it's gone, and now it's with side Benrahma. Benrahma now with the ball for West Ham. Benrahma crosses into the goal area, but picked up by Souček. I'm running out.
So both sides really going for this now, aren't they? Kidderminster and West Ham. Kidderminster really, unlucky not to have won the game, obviously, in 90 minutes and with the additional time that was added on when West Ham scored their equaliser as well. But now, West Ham are getting more of a foothold in the game, and West Ham looking to obviously make their sort of league position count. Obviously, the fact there's so many league positions and positions and leagues between them. But Kidderminster still standing up and sort of dealing with everything that West Ham are throwing at them as well right now.
Yes, it looks like there certainly are throwing given to Kidderminster. After in only the second minutes of extra time, and it will be Caleb Richards who will take the throw in. Looks for the correct angle to throw it. Indeed, he does, but intercepted by West Ham. And it's now back with Kidderminster, now with Jaden White. Jaden White tries to find Amari Sterling, but West Ham just get in the way there.
Yeah, West Ham are doing very well there. Obviously, stopping Kidderminster from getting any momentum right now.
They certainly are, and it's going to be. They certainly are, and Ariola manages to roll the ball out towards the West Ham defenders. Now it's with Declan Rice. Rice passes to Creswell. Creswell back towards Rice. Declan Rice tries to look for another. Declan Rice tries to cross it up the field, but blocked by Kidderminster. Now it's with Jaden White. Jaden White tries to go around Rice. He does, and is now looking to try and get through the rest of the defenders, but can't because Zuma manages to block him off, and it's now Kurt Zuma with the ball for West Ham. Zuma looking for Zuma trying to look for someone to pass it to. He does. He finds Rice. Now Aaron Creswell. Creswell now doing well to hold on to the ball. He passes to Benrahma. Benrahma now straight towards Thomas Souček. Souček back to Benrahma, but out it goes for another throw. That looked like the start of an attack by West Ham, but it was just unlucky that it was given away.
Yeah, absolutely. There, it's a good play for West Ham, and obviously they were very unlucky there. Incidentally, you touched on Kurt Zuma just a moment ago. Obviously I mentioned earlier on in regards to Chelsea being knocked out by a League One side with Bradford. Kurt Zuma was in fact in the Chelsea side that day. Coincidence given that Chelsea are now ahead of Plymouth Argyle in their match, but West Ham still level. But West Ham still level against Kidderminster Harriers at Agbra. Mo Salah also was involved in that side for Chelsea that day as well.
Who?
Mo Salah.
Mo Salah, yes, Mo Salah, of course, now at Liverpool. But back to the here and now, as West Ham have now with Yarmolenko with the ball. Yarmolenko, easily the tallest man on the pitch, passes to Jarrod Bowen, but cut away by Caleb Richards, and it's now with was with Jarrod Bowen, I think it was, but it's now been picked up by somebody at West Ham. Now it's back with Benrahma. Benrahma now with the ball for West Ham, who passes to Yarmolenko, and in it goes. It's West Ham's second, but offside flag has gone. It doesn't count.
Yeah, right decision as well from the assistant referee for me. The man on the goal line there who puts the ball into the back of the net is certainly offside. So Kidderminster might have got a lucky escape a little bit, but to be fair, it's the right call. He's offside for sure.
Certainly did get a lucky escape. It was actually Benrahma who played the ball into Yarmolenko, and I think that might have been Jarrod Bowen who might have gotten the last touch. But who do you think it was that got the last one?
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I think he might have been bowing on the goal line possibly, but as I just said, his offside was called and called correctly as well.
Gerardo Bajrami looks like he'll be. Gerardo Bajrami comes off the pitch and makes way for Keith Lowe. Keith Lowe. He's played at Kidderminster for around 150 games, so he knows the club well. Over 3 spells, the fans call him Mr. Kidderminster Harriers, given his length of time there.
And knows the club very, very well. Does the 36-year-old as well, and a player that another player that's had experience playing in higher divisions. Obviously, starting off at Wolves and also had a loan spell with Burnley as well.
Yeah, coincidentally, Keith Lowe actually faced Declan Rice in a League Cup match in 2018 while at Macclesfield Town, and Macclesfield actually lost 8-0 to West Ham. So this is a more dramatic game for these two to meet again.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think the experience coming on is what Russ Penn's looked to here now. Obviously, seeing that West Ham have put the ball into the back of the net, although fair enough, it was disallowed for offside. But bringing on another experienced defender is what Russ Penn's decided to do there. Is I think Kurt Zuma's got a knock as well, and that's all the West Ham subs been made earlier on in the game, so he's going to be having to continue no matter what.
Yeah, it looks like Zuma is in a bad way with that. Looks like Zuma is in a bad way with that nasty knock, and that is not what he or West Ham needs at this crucial time. As you said, they've already made those substitutions. So it could. It looks as though David Moyes might well be ruining that decision. Or if worse comes to worse, and he is in a much worse way than we think, then it looks as though West Ham might finish this game with 10 men.
Yeah, and if it goes to penalties as well, it'll be interesting to see if Kurt Zuma has to take one if it gets to him, and how that might play a part. The fact he's obviously got that knock now as well.
You are massive, says the tinfoil. Says the foil trophy. I think that's what it said. I couldn't quite tell what it was, but anyway, the fans definitely showing their support for Kidderminster. All the same. Anyone who saw this clearer than I did, let me know, please. As Kidderminster get the game back underway, Kurt Zuma looks like he will not be taking any further part in this game. So he's obviously standing on the sidelines. But he's actually gone straight back into it. I was worried he wasn't going to be able to carry on playing, but he appears to have.
He's got to really. Obviously, West Ham made all their subs, and I think they don't really want to be having to play with a man less, especially a defender as well. If Kidderminster are going to come at them.
So he has to. So basically, Zuma just has to suck it up and
just do everything he can to. I'm sure probably the adrenaline and whatever might actually help him through, but I think he's moving a little bit more freely now, which is good anyway.
I never really thought about adrenaline anyway. As Kezia Martin had the ball briefly for Kidderminster. Harriers were now just 6 minutes away from the end of extra time. It looks as though it will be going to a penalty shootout between Kidderminster Harriers and West Ham United. Chelsea still lead Plymouth Argyle by 2-1 at Stamford Bridge. Cresswell now towards Ben Rama. Ben Rama now with the ball for West Ham United. Tries to go around Alex Penny. He's looking for a way through. Almost has it, but well blocked by Lewis Montrose.
Yeah, he's done well since he come on as Lewis Montrose as well. Obviously, he didn't start the game, but since he was brought on by Russ Penn and brought into the fray, he's played well for Kidderminster as well.
Corner quickly taken by West Ham. It doesn't go their way as Caleb Richards now picks up the ball for Kidderminster. Finds Jaden White, but that tactic did not work, and it's now back with Declan Rice for West Ham. You're listening to the Commentary Hub with Nicholas Jones and Mike Harneman, and you can also hear us on the Commentary Hub too, JDAC Football, JB Sports, Storm FM, and also the Commentary Hub's Twitch channel, and also Mike's Twitch channel, as well as now Pablo Fornals has the ball for West Ham, deflected by Montrose.
Again, good play, Lewis Montrose.
But offside. Sorry, Mike, I've just spotted the offside flag there.
No, that's fine. I was just saying, good play from Lewis Montrose again there. And obviously, you were just going through the platforms that people can listen as well. And I just wanted to mention, obviously, for anyone that is listening, to go and check out our streaming partner for the season, Melon, as well. So melonapp.com to check them out. And obviously, player of the match I gave to Alex Penny, and that, of course, is in sort of conjunction with our fantastic commentary services, Barry Swain's Commentary Services, who are sponsoring that one.
Aaron Cresswell now for West Ham after a throw-in. It's now gone to Declan Rice. Rice towards. I think that might have been Ryan Fredericks. Fredericks crosses. I think he was aiming for Cresswell, but where's the ball gone?
I know, it's one of those ones. It just the ball seems to have disappeared for a second, didn't it? Yeah,
probably on its way to the moon by now.
I like that. Could well be.
Anyway, they managed to get a new one. So a throw into West Ham with about 2.5 minutes to go until the end of the second period of extra time. Alex Penny takes the throw, and it's now picked up by Amari Sterling, but Craig Dawson did well to hold him off. Once again, it's another throw in to West Ham, taken by Alex Penny, and now Lewis Montrose. Montrose passes to Penny. It's almost cleared upfield by Kidderminster. But once again, it'll be a throw-in again to West Ham.
I was just going to say that maybe this is the stage where the Kidderminster players and the Kidderminster backroom staff, they will be looking at potentially taking it to penalties now, or settling for penalty shootout.
It looks like it might as well go to penalties as the clock runs down.
Kidderminster playing a very good performance, actually. They've been very strong, haven't they, of the side from the National League North?
Very much so. As West Ham appear to be more in control with the ball. It's now gone straight to Jarrod Bowen. Bowen had it briefly, but I think he collided with Nathan Cameron. But
yeah, he did. Nathan Cameron is another player that played very well today and was in my reckoning for player of the match. As we're getting right towards the stage now where if somebody scores, they will go on and definitely win this game.
And it looks as though Chelsea are definitely going to win their game against Plymouth Argyle, as we have now about 40 seconds left of extra time at Agbra between Kidderminster Harriers and West Ham United. It looks like it will be definitely going towards a penalty shootout, as Kidderminster now have control of. Now have control of the ball. We're into the last 20 seconds as a lot of jockeying around. I think all the players just want the penalty shootout to come right here, right now.
Yeah, Kidderminster certainly look like they're settling for it. Yeah.
Last ditch attempt throw in to be given by Alex Penny, and 1 minute of extra time has been added, obviously because of that sort of last minute jockeying around. I think the officials must be thinking that the players were starting to waste time a little bit. But
there were a few substitutes made in this extra time as well.
Yes, good point. Got to count that one as well. So Thomas Souček now for West Ham, who passes to Cresswell. Cresswell now crosses towards Saeed Benrahma. Benrahma does well to hold on. We're into the last almost 20 or so seconds, and it's now with Pablo Fornals. West Ham. They've got to do something quickly if they want to save it right at the end. And it looks as though Aaron Cresswell might be doing it. And Gerard Bowen has scored right at the death. It's all over for Kidderminster Harriers now.
Heartbreak for Kidderminster. We said it at the end of the game that they were just a matter of minutes away from going through. But then obviously Declan Rice equalised, and there it's happened again. It's happened twice in the same game. West Ham just about getting themselves over the line here now, and credit to Kidderminster Harriers because they put in a stellar performance, and it's taken two very, very late goals, one at the end of the game and one at the end of extra time there to deny Kidderminster from going to penalty shootout. And it would have been nice for Kidderminster to do so, but they've put in a very, very good performance against West Ham here. 113 places between them, as you say, 5 divisions. Didn't look like that on the day. West Ham very, very fortunate to go through.
You did say that Aaron Cresswell was a set-piece specialist. He certainly coordinated this one very well indeed. And Gerard Bowen was there, ready to pounce, just tapped it in with his left foot. Heartbreak for Russ Penn. Relief for David Moyes. He lost to Kidderminster Harriers as a player in the 93-4 season. He's done it. He may well have done it as a manager, and the West Ham fans are going ballistic now. They know that a slot in the 5th round is pretty much theirs. The game is not officially over. The referee hasn't blown his whistle. He has now. It's full time at Agborough. Kidderminster Harriers came in there with all the hype and the belief that they could spring yet another surprise, as they did with Reading in the 3rd round. They couldn't do it this time. West Ham came on strong in the second half, and they must have used extra time to their advantage. We thought early on that they were going to go out, but they proved us wrong, and it will be West Ham United in the 5th round. Final score at Agborough. Kidderminster Harriers 1, West Ham United 2, and at Stamford Bridge, it is now full-time. Chelsea beat Plymouth Argyle by 2-1.
Yeah, so the two sides there who looked like they were going to cause an upset for a while, in Kidderminster Harriers and also Plymouth Argyle, just fall short in the end. But you have to give all the plaudits and all the credit to Russ Penn and Steve Schumacher's side for obviously the parts that they've played in these 2 cup ties this afternoon. West Ham and Chelsea go through, but Kidderminster and Plymouth have certainly had their moments in today's cup ties as well. Not quite the result we wanted, obviously, with the upset and everything like that. Of course, Middlesbrough were victorious yesterday in the first game that we covered against Manchester United. So we've had one upset already. Kidderminster and Plymouth, not quite for them. They both put in very, very stellar performances, though, but just beaten by the stronger opposition in the end. And, very, very late goals for West Ham there as well. And it's heartbreak for Kidderminster, isn't it, Nicholas? Right at the end of the game, and then right at the end of extra time, pretty much last kick of extra time as well for Gerard Bowen to win it.
Yes, but like you say, Kidderminster, the fans are giving them a huge standing ovation. They well and truly deserve it. Not just Russ Penn and Stephen Schumacher, as you said, but all the players that have been on this game throughout this game, whether they were substituted or not. You have to give all the credit to the likes of Sam Austin, Amari Morgan-Smith, Ashley Hemmings, Amari Sterling, and also Alex Penny, Alex Penny, the man who scored. Jaden White, he was a pretty good thorn in the side as well, but it was not to be for Kidderminster Harriers. We at the Commentary Hub wish them all the best for the remainder of the season as they chase promotion in the National League North, and are coming up later this evening on the Commentary Hub. It is still FA Cup weekend action. Do please join us again for Tottenham against Brighton at 8:00 with JB Stuttard and Luke Turton. Tomorrow it is Liverpool against Cardiff at 12:00 with Russ Vernon on commentary duty. And we will also be covering the 5th round draw. And at 4:00, Nottingham Forest, who beat Arsenal in the third round, host the reigning champions Leicester City, and Trevor Sports and Chris Whiteman will be behind the mic for that one. Mike, thank you very much for summarising the game with me between Kidderminster and West Ham. It was a pleasure to be a pleasure to be behind the mic with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Pleasure to be alongside you as well. Unfortunately, Kidderminster just fell short, but play like that, Kidderminster fans. You'll certainly be back in the National League next season. Put in a very good performance, and I'm sure they'll only use that to their advantage now. Obviously, knowing what they could do against a West Ham side 5 leagues above them. So credit to Kidderminster. Just fell short on the night. Declan Rice, the substitute, and Jared Bowen, the 2 men, obviously, who scored West Ham's goals. But Kidderminster, for me, you certainly saw there why there's a lot of opportunity for this Kidderminster side to go on and achieve promotion. And I can see them doing so, Nicholas.
Yes, I would have to agree with you, Mike. I wouldn't say they would achieve promotion outright, but they'll definitely be in contention. But they'll definitely be in contention for the playoffs. So thank you to everyone for tuning in to the Commentary Hub's coverage of Kidderminster Harriers against West Ham United. We are the home of alternative commentary. Join us again later this evening when Brighton hosts Tottenham. From Mike Harneman and Nicholas Jones and everybody else at the Commentary Hub, goodbye for now.
Goodbye, everyone. Take care. Come and join us again later on as Tottenham entertained Brighton. Plymouth fell short. Kidderminster fell short. But credit to the League One and the side from the National League North. They gave everything that they can. Just neither side could do enough on the day in the end, and both fell short. But credit, as I said earlier, to Russ Penn and Steve Schumacher for giving both West Ham and Chelsea very, very good games. They were made to work hard for their wins, but they got there in the end.